sleepy, nighty, snoozy snooze.
Hello? Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday.
Hello there.
Good evening and welcome to what will be some flyage. We're taking a 737 MAX from St. John's, Newfoundland, all the way down to Halifax in Nova Scotia. Yes, it'll be a nice flight with interesting weather, and we'll see what happens. Now, this was scheduled to be a VATSIM flight, but I don't see any ATC coverage on. Ground came on in Stanfield there not so long ago. So, what I'm going to do, we're going to use SayIntentions for the ATC, but tonight, slightly different. I'm going to try and help explain the flight, what I'm doing, what I'm going to say to ATC, what I'm expecting them to say, just to kind of give you an idea, because we know that, well, there's a lot of you wanting to fly on VATSIM. SayIntentions is a great way to kind of build yourself up to that, and there's a lot of other features with SayIntentions we can utilize along with flying on VATSIM. So that's the plan. That's what we're going to do. So we'll see what the story is here now. So with SayIntentions, I'm using traffic injection, which is just another thing that it does. So we're going to be able to hear other AI aircraft just to kind of give us that idea, if you like, that kind of that feel of other aircraft operating in between these two airports. So we'll give it a blast. And as I said, I'm going to try and explain and, you know, take notes. We'll be asking questions later. Now, the guys are also going to be flying on VATSIM. They're also in the VATSIM Thursday voice channel. We'll dip in and out to say hello to them, see how they're getting on. As I said, what I'm looking at on the radar, there's just no coverage. Yeah, right. So we'll give this a bit of a blast. And this is where, honestly, this is where SayIntentions really kind of has its strengths, because, I mean, if you're all set up for ATC and there's nothing online, you know what I mean? You want a bit of ATC, do you know, to add to the realism and whatnot. So that's what we're going to do. So we're here on the ground. We've only just connected our ground power, and the jetway is connected. We haven't started loading yet. So it'll be a full flight, start to finish, and we'll see how we get on. Again, it's a great way to learn. If you have any questions, now's the time to ask during this flight. Why did we call for this? How do you say that? What are we expecting to do next? That kind of stuff. We've done ATC courses over the years, so if you're new here, opportune time to ask. But maybe you've looked at the courses and you just want to kind of get a good kind of refresher into the whole shebang between startup and shutdown. That's what we're going to cover this evening. Right. So let's see what happens. The weather, as I said, we did a briefing earlier on. It is not too bad up here at Halifax, but we're expecting rain a little bit later on. So let's see what happens. There's also thunder in the area. Thunder. We'll see how that all gets on as well. So DWYT is here. Good to see you, buddy. APU Inspector is in the house. The weekend is closing in fast. Just is. Eamon, a very good afternoon. Mrs. TPHI has commented upside down and rambled in. Good to see you, Mrs. Who else? Maple Leaf, good evening. Hope all is well. Creo, you're very welcome back. County Mayo calling. Good to see you, bud. Spitfire RAF 100 is here in the chat. Good to see you, man. Norris Vikings here. Fierce Wolf. Looking fierce. And Wolfie, welcome in, buddy. Who else come in? Commander Balosh, hope all is well. Muse fan bursts in the door. It's been a quick week, Muse. The week that you've had off. You're nearly back in work. Jesus. Right. Good to see you, bud. Mech Manser, you're very welcome in. Shunty McShuntface is in the house. Welcome in. Malky, a very good evening to you. Hope you're well, bud. Elric is here. Good evening. Wild McQueen. Good to see you, McQueen. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well. Right. I packed me bags. Yes, I was very productive this afternoon after my stream. We did the shopping and then I came back and packed my bags. Socks, jocks, swimming shorts. That's it. Do you know? And laptop as well, you know, because that's what we have to do. But anyway, who else came in? Soaring AJ, you're very welcome aboard. Zit is in the house. You're all trying to break in the check-in bot. Did you notice that? Oh, Jesus. Right. Two Dogs is calling in from Oshkosh. Good to see you, buddy. Stu Snape is here. Hope you're well and have a lovely break with the family once you've packed. Yeah, I've packed. All is well in the realm, but thank you very much indeed, Stu. Michaela is here. Good evening. Febro is in the house. Chris Van Halen, welcome aboard. Hope you're well. Who else now? Let me see. Toto2495 has returned back to the stream after a day at work, I think. Good to see you, Toto, and to Mrs. Toto. Captain Sickbag is here. Good to see you again, buddy. Great intro tune, The Old Dire Straits. Great tune, isn't it? It's fantastic, crank. Home Wrecker, good to see you. Grimmy McGinn is here. Hermit Something, thank you very much indeed for 25 streams in a row. Cyrus T, the man of teal, has rumbled in with another update for the DC3. And this time, it's perfect. It's 110% is what it is. There'll be no more whinging or moaning. Thank you very, very much indeed. Cyrus turned that thing around 3 times. The man is a legend. So thank you very much indeed. News fan is checking in from RD. Hi. And you're very welcome in. Now, let me see. Checking in from the universe. Yes, Thane in India. Makes total sense when you think about it. The Dameranian, good evening. Hope you're well. Viper Strike is here. Idle Cutoff, Cambridge calling. Welcome in, buddy. Chalks is here. UTB, good evening. Hope you're well. Where is this now? JP Gaming's in the house. Sprockets is here. Good evening. One Foxy Bingo. Gav. Good to see you, Gav. Rogers RC75. Welcome in, buddy. Uniform Goose. Good day, Goose. Gaseous Maximus is here. Tomcat, good evening. Hope you're well. Sun Jammer is in the house. Welcome aboard. Scott's like, no VATSIM, for shame. Yeah, I know, but I wanted a bit of ATC, so I kind of said this earlier on. If we didn't get ATC, we'll use SayIntentions. But again, it's to kind of turn the opportunity. See, we can do a bit of learning now tonight. No, Murph, we don't want learning. Shut up, will you? We just tune in to watch you break things. Yeah, I'll probably break things as well. Don't worry, it'll be grand, right? Where is this now? Remember, you lot owe us some afternoon delight. Oh, we do. Afternoon delight. Oh, that's right. We'll have to organise this. Some have to pick the low notes, some the normal and some the high. I can do the higher ones. Afternoon delight. Or, afternoon delight. This would be brilliant. Right. But anyway, where are we at now? Cracker, a very good evening. I'm Pierce is here. Jeppison 2001, the man, myth and legend, has rambled into the chat. What news of the realm? He says, good evening, Murph and Fireflies. Fun fact of the day. Spain hosts the world's biggest food fight. Every year in August, the town of Bunol hosts the La Tomatina, or Tomatina, we'll go with, where thousands of participants throw over 100 metric tons of overripe tomatoes at each other in the streets. Jesus. Do they? Bloody hell. Rob Dad, good to see you. Maxim TV is in the house. Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. It's Smithers is here. Hermit something. A very good afternoon to Boston. Hope you're well. It's a mild 75 degrees, look. Ooh. Scott is trying to set up his wind control stuff, was updating all the stuff, and now one of those EFIS thingies isn't working. Sigh. Green light in back is flashing instead of being steady. Have you 1 or 2 EFIS gadgets, Scott? Because we can figure out what it is. They need to be connected. They have a little communications cable, comm cable, if you like, and they need to be plugged in. Or if you look on the back of it, it may require additional power, a second USB just for power. Try that as well. That could be the thing. Wolfie, good evening. Hope you're well. Yeah, thanks for reminding us. Anytime, Muse. Anytime. Where's this now? What? Did the missus finally give up and tell you to pack your bags? Not in so many words. Let's just say she's looking forward to the break. We went shopping today and she got to buy Mrs. Two-Tone food. I didn't have any opinion. Don't buy that. I don't like that. She was allowed to buy all the things she likes to eat, and that's what she's going to do. She was so excited. She's like, I don't have to eat your food. I can eat my own food. I'm like, what is your food? But yes, so she's looking forward to the break, indeed. Anthony V, hope you're well. Naughty Gnome is here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. Where's this now? Speedy Pro is in the house. Clem, you're very welcome aboard. Jala God is here. Gar Gaming, hello again to County Galway. Death's Angel is here from Cape Town. Welcome in, buddy. Visualize, welcome aboard. Strap21, hola. And Visualize, thank you very much indeed for 7 in a row. P.S. Mirandai. Oh, hello there. The evening version. Good to see you, bud. You're very welcome back. Now, let me see. Sumner is checking in from Oshkosh. Oh, you big lucky devil. Her food is everything else. Her food is basically healthy, nice food. I just eat burgers and meat, steak, lots of meat, no fish, no veg. Just, meat. But yes, the missus has very nice food. It's all very, delicate and, but it'd be wasted on me. Anyway, Dave JSB is here. Welcome back, Dave. Good to see you. Gaston is in the house. Welcome aboard. Shamrock Minimums is here. Dave Cleary, a legend, Dave. Welcome back, Dave. Northland Air. Very happy Thursday. Flyboy Dyer is here. Kieran Nile, you're very welcome in. Roll Tide, good to see you. And Kubi Montana. Montana. You're very welcome in, buddy. Wolf is here. Good to see you. Wolfie from Cape Town too. Ooh, nice.
Can I get a refund?
No, there's no refunds. D White, Mayo for Sam. You don't watch CAA. I will go away with that. Mayo for Sam. Sure, Mayo were trying that for years. Mayo, good evening. Hope you're well. Good to see you, bud. Right, will we jump into it and see what the crack is? As I said, we'll use this as kind of a tutorial. You know, so you can learn. And then, you know, don't do what I do, because I do stupid things. I have a button here, look. Oh, look. Dish, and dish. There we go. Now, lads, it's all coming together now. It's all coming together. So, we're on the ramp. Bit of tunage. We're on the ramp here with our 737-800 MAX aircraft, a MAX 8. And the traffic we're looking at is injected from, SayIntentions, which is pretty cool looking. So, before we get started with anything, we do our planning during the day, right? So, we'll come on over here for a second. So this is the current VATSIM map, all right? And what we can see is, unfortunately, we just don't have ATC coverage. Now, the challenge for the lads flying on VATSIM tonight, they've got to be careful, because you have one of the North Atlantic tracks. These are effectively, it's not home wrecker, no, it isn't. But you should still be able to fly with us using the TTM code. It's not a groupie flight per se, but you can still fly with us using TTM in your code, all right? What the lads need to be careful with here is they need to be aware of these other aircraft, because depending on the aircraft they're flying and depending on what they filed for altitude wise, they might have to just keep an eye out, right? So that is what it is, and that is what they need to do, all right? So when they're flying across, we can already see they're already up and running. There's a good field, and there's 7. Is there 6 anyway? So they're taxiing and they're blasting off from runway 28, right? That's what the lads are doing. So if we have a quick look now, first aircraft is already well on the way. That'd be Bart. Next up is Firefly 872, which is Malky. And then we have taxiing up is Josh is flying out. We also have Clem flying out. What's Clem flying? 767. Who's this now? Iceman is there. And then we have Naughty Gnome there as well. So there's a good crew of lads flying on VATSIM. And as I said, the only stinger is there's no coverage. Like, flying on Unicom is grand. Like, it is grand and all, but, like, you know, I'd rather have ATC coverage, you know. So being aware of what the lads are doing, they now have a lot of their own responsibility because they're flying on Unicom, or, you know, advisory frequency. Basically, they have to look after themselves. And, you know, they'd be utilizing something like the VATSIM radar website to get an idea of aircraft close by. You don't need to talk to lads who are miles away, but as they're kind of scanning through this, they're looking for any potential conflicts. Conflict is an aircraft that's going to fly in front of them or very close to them, and all they need to do is just go on the radio and give what will be a position report, right? They might give a waypoint, they'll give their altitude, they might give their next waypoint. So the VATSIM guys are flying blind. Somewhat. When they're on Unicom, it means there is no air traffic service. Nothing. So it's up to the pilot to maintain separation from other aircraft, which is grand if you're in VF4 in the real world, but usually, you know, if you're flying IF4, you want to have ATC there. All right. It's just a limitation of VATSIM. VATSIM controllers, it's all voluntary. We have some amazing controllers there, but if you want to go flying and you wanted ATC, well, what do we do? Thankfully, SayIntentions has a solution for that. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we're going to utilize tonight. So that's what the lads are doing using Unicom. And there's less worry, less kind of consequence, because ATC just, there is none. However, they still need to maintain separation between themselves. And that's what they're doing. I mean, the lads are very well experienced, and they're using our Discord channels for voice communication. They're probably giving themselves 2 to 5 minutes separation between taking off. Right? So the lads can clearly communicate with what's going on. If there was to be any converging aircraft, like this guy up the top here, this fella Joshua, he's up at flight level 360, that's potentially going to be an issue for, I would think, the likes of maybe Naughty Gnome, depending on what he's filed for. So you're trying to get an idea of what's happening, right? Shamrock says, Murph, the Max, or does the Max work okay with wind control stuff on Mobi Flight? I've only tried the PMDG. So I'm using the Max with wind control. I'm using their own software, but I had to rename the Macs folders, and it seems to be working, you know. Taking the air show in today, so I'll be lurking. Sumner, great news, bud. Have a great day. You visited Halifax on a cruise ship a few years ago. Sweet. Yeah, it's all this neck of the woods I'd love to visit. I would love to visit here, you know. So we know what we're doing in terms of our flight plan. We've filed a flight plan. We've put in our Firefly Air 235 number. That's our call sign, right? So we are Firefly 235. We're departing out of St. John's. We're arriving over to Halifax, and we also have an alternate airport, Charlie Yankee Quebec Mike, over at Moncton, if we can't get into Halifax for whatever reason. When you're filing IF4, you'll always put in an alternate. All right. Our departure time, departure date, that's all straightforward. We can see then our flight plan summary, our altitude, cruise, average winds, wind component. This is all information we need for the aircraft, right? And then we have our flight plan. So the route, home wrecker, exclamation point route will give you the exact route I'm using. We're departing off runway 28, direct to TEXED, direct to SILRO, then it's over to CAYLY, and then we're on the Cabot 5 arrival for runway 23. We'll grab the ILS. All right. So Simat Pro has been updated, so it should work out of the box with it. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay. Next up then, if you want to have a look at an ATC flight plan, further on down, once we've made this flight, we have to pre-file it, just as you do in the real world. So you have some options. You can pre-file this with VATSIM, IVAO, Pilot Edge, POSCON, APOC. These are all the different networks in which you can fly with, or indeed with SayIntentions. So I've pre-filed this with SayIntentions. SayIntentions knows exactly what I want to do, and based on the settings we can use inside of SayIntentions, it will either stick, you know, vigorously to what this flight plan is, or you can make it realistic, and SayIntentions can change runways, and it can do a lot of stuff, right? It's quite advanced now, you know. Muttley, happy Thursday. Happy to announce the birth of my second grandchild this morning. Little Rose and mother are doing well. Congratulations, Muttley. Congratulations. That's great news. Brilliant. Brilliant. Right, so my flight plan has been filed. Now, I also filed it on VATSIM earlier on, hoping that we might get some ATC. It didn't happen. And this is what our VATSIM flight plan looks like when we file it. So it pulls all our details from SimBrief, and then we have like remarks down the bottom. Failing that, it's over to SayIntentions. I'm using traffic injection tonight, set to 7, but the main settings I'm using here, inside your pilot portal, we're going to go to realism. And this is where we have a couple of options. We have runways, and we can lock these to SimBrief. If checked, ATC will assign the departure and arrival runway that you have filed, even if there's a conflict with the rest of the traffic. It's not very realistic, but that's what we're going with, because I you know, at this flight, this is what we're planning for. Looking at the runways, they shouldn't change anyway. We've already gotten the forecast. All right. We also then have various handoffs. What happens when we leave one airspace into another, as in from ground to tower, tower to approach, approach to departure, or whatever. So we have options here as well. And then we have our sequencing options, and then we have vectoring as well. So I leave everything on realistic, or as close to realistic as I can get, with the exception of, you know, sticking to the runways. All right. So that's how we're set up over on our pilot portal. So with our aircraft, all we need to do now is get the aircraft into action. So I have tuned my frequency into the ramp, and it's utilizing the new AI uplink, which is coming soon to all subscribers of SayIntentions. It's currently with their partners right now, but expect to see this fairly soon. So what I've done, I've asked them to connect the GPU and the jetway. I'm now going to call them, and I'm going to ask them to start loading the aircraft. Cockpit to ground, please start loading the aircraft. But yeah, ailerons into wind. Halifax.
Roger, stand by.
Good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well. So you can see now, SayIntentions is integrated directly with GSX. I don't need to worry about menus or nothing. And you can see now the baggage loaders are starting to get into play, which is fantastic news, right?
Flight deck, please open the aft cargo door.
Elise, a very good day to you. We are ready to start boarding,
Copy,
please.
Captain. Boarding service has been requested and is ready to begin once you open the AFT cargo door.
Okay, so doors
Understood,
aft,
Captain.
open.
I'll initiate boarding now.
So now she's going to start loading, which is brilliant. So we can see we shouldn't need to load through the rear, but let GSX do GSX things. For the meantime, we're going to continue on with the aircraft itself. So we're going to tune into ground and we're going to look for our clearance. We'll be grabbing all this here now in a moment. The aircraft is currently on ground power, right? And we need to set her up for our flight for today. So to do that, we can go in here and we can go into our weight and balance. Now we can skip what GSX is doing. We could always do that. So we can import what we're doing from our flight. We have our SimBrief pilot name. We're going to import the flight plan.
Confirm the flight information on your boarding pass.
We're going to send the plan into the FMC, and then we're going to load the aircraft based on SimBrief. So we can see number of passengers, total fuel, cargo, and zero fuel weight. I'm going to load the aircraft instantly, or I can just let GSX do it. I'm going to load it there now. All right. I shall say this only once. So we're going to now go and get the aircraft up and running. All right, so to do this, we're going to come on down here. It's looking for our IRS position. Let's get some lights on here now as well. Easy now, easy now. And this is just getting ourselves up and running. So before we can budge, before we can move, we have a job we need to do at ATC. And that job is relatively straightforward. The first thing we need to do at ATC, we have to request a clearance. We need clearance, Clarence. And how that works is we break down a clearance, right, into a simple
Boarding
breakdown.
has commenced, Captain.
Good woman yourself. So we break it down into a very simple... try this now. Buttons are working. And I'll grab me a little pencil. Fine Tritz is here. Good to see you, bud. I charged me pencil, so it should be working. Now, why aren't you working? Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. We'll get this working now, friends. Let's try that again. Captain Sickbag. Jesus, 63 months with a tier 2. Thank you very, very much indeed, buddy. Thank you very, very much. Insane support. So what we're looking at here, this is Murphy Draw and all sorts. This is using SayIntentions. We have a scratch pad inside Pocket Sky. So effectively what we need our clearance. So we're going to ask what our clearance is. Now we filed a flight plan. When we're talking to ATC, they need to know some things. Who are we? What are we? Where are we? What do we know? And what do we want? All right? All the who's and whats. So who are we? Where are we? What are we? What do we know? And what do we want? So who are we? That's our call sign, Firefly 235. Where are we? That's our position here in the airport. We're on stand 2, I think it is. There should be a number over here. We're on stand 2, not gate. Stands are on this side, right? So who are we? Where are we? What are we? We're a Boeing 737 MAX. What do we know? We need to tell them that we're aware of the ATIS information. ATIS information, right? So it's whatever code we're going to tune up from the ATIS. And what do we want? What do we want is we want clearance, all right? So we're going to tune into the ATIS frequency, 120 or 128.0.
31. Visibility 10. Scattered at 1,500. Broken at 2700. Broken at 24,000. Temperature 26. Dew point 22. Altimeter 3022.
3022.
Altitude 1,500 feet. Caution bird activity. Localizer may experience intermittent reliability. Monitor closely for updates. Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform.
So information uniform is what we need.
St. John's International Airport. Information uniform. 1900.
So we're going to tell them that we have information uniform. All right. So we're going to call them up using that same breakdown. Who are we? Where are we? What are we? What do we know? What do we want? They will respond to us with this craft, right? The breakdown is C is for clearance, R is for our route, A is for altitude, F is for our frequency, and T is our transponder. This is uniform. You might hear this all the time and say, Jesus, ATC are talking so fast. This is where we expect the expected. We know how they're going to give us this information. If they change our route, we'll have to write that down, but otherwise we should be okay. So let's give them a shout. Ground, a very good afternoon. Firefly 235 is a Boeing 73 MAX on stand 2 Information November. Request IFR clearance to Halifax. 98 Vulcan, good to see it. And that's if you're doing engine at all. Now, depending on... Wait now.
Firefly 235, cleared to Halifax, radar vectors text, then as filed, climb 5000, expect flight level 36010 minutes after departure. Departure on 133.15, squawk 5467.
There's buttons being pressed here and it's an alarming rate.
Compartment and under the seat in front of you.
5,000 and then flight level
Take care that anyone
360,
fall out.
10 minutes.
Please keep the aisle clear in order to facilitate access for other passengers by taking your seat as soon as possible.
So that's how it looks. Stu Snape, you absolute mad lad. 10 gifted tier 1 subs. Coming in from Stu Snape. Lads, can we get a massive thanks? If you got a tier 1 sub, but thanks to Stu Snape, do be sure to say thank you. That's insane, buddy. Thank you very, very much indeed. Mugan is here, good to see you. Now we need to read this back.
Requesting crossing of runway 34, Foxtrot India Bar for 5512.
Go to Halifax, radar vectors, then as cloud, climb 5000.
So we'll just wait for our chance to jump in, right? Have a couple of sangrias on me, mate. Stu, thank you very, very much. What a legend, buddy. Firefly 235, we are cleared to Halifax. Radar vectors to text, then as filed. Climb 5000, expect flight level 36010 minutes after departure. Departure will be on 133.15, squawk 5467. Firefly 235. And now we listen. Okay, so our readback is correct, right? Why is that so shagging loud, the music?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Firefly Air Flight 235, departing from St. John's International Airport and headed for Halifax. We kindly ask you to take your seats according to your boarding passes
Granted, flight
and
deck
stow your
baggage
hand
loading
luggage
complete.
in the overhead bins.
So our
or
baggage
under the
loading is
seats
now
in front of
complete.
you.
Let's have a look.
Should you require any assistance, please do not hesitate to contact
That's
any member
perfect. So
of our
they'll head away there now in a second.
Thank you for choosing to fly with us today.
Okay, so we're going to say seatbelts coming on. We're going to get some fuel tanks turned on. And our electrical pumps can be warmed up here now as well. And we can probably start that APU. Let me see. APU. Let's get some lights on here. That's all okay. And we'll fire up that APU next. All right. Press and hold, and that'll start firing up. And then we continue on. So we're going to start putting in our flight plan. We'll grab the next page. GPS on the left-hand side will do. Copy that into our scratch pad. That's now gone in. And now we can go ahead and request our route. We've clicked request, and we'll get the rest of the aircraft configured for what we're doing. Our initial climb is to 5,000 feet. That's our initial clearance, right? So we'll go ahead and dial in 5,000 feet. Route 1 is ready. We're going to load. And as we're checking up on our glare shield, we're going to say, right, here's our MCP, 5,000. We can put our own speeds in here for the moment. Go ahead, pop in 200 knots just for the sheer crack of it. Leave everything else for the minute. Squawk was the next job we had to do. So we were given a squawk of 5467. 5467. And we'll go ahead and test. We'll go TA. We're currently on auto at the moment. We'll turn that to on once we're ready to start moving. So we're listening to other aircraft. As it says, some of these are injected, some of them are. That's a real
system test. Okay.
That's a real pilot in the other aircraft. We can hear him. So we'll see what the story is now.
249, at gate 9 at Alpha with information uniform.
Window heats come on here as well. Go ahead, test the flaps. That's all working okay. Flight recorder, go ahead, turn it on. That's all looking okay. Jesus, your man's after getting clipped. I need to fix that alert. Look, something has happened over in the world of YouTube. Jesus, Kieran Niall, thank you very much indeed for the super chat. It's a weirdness, but thank you very much indeed. What a legend, buddy. What a legend. Right, let's see how the aircraft's getting on here now. So we're going to activate this, and now it's going to be our performance. We'll do performance after we do our departures. So we know it's from this airport. We're going to be blasting off from 28. And we'll go back into our arrivals. We're planning an ILS 23 on the Cabot 5. So we're going to find ILS 23. We're looking for the Cabot 5, And our transition
Halifax, radar vectors,
is just final.
Tango. Then as well, climb
Next up is going to be
5,000,
our
level 360,
information over
10
here.
minutes
So
after
fuel on
departure,
board, we have
departure
exactly
on
7 tons.
13.15, squawk,
Zero fuel weight is in.
27,
Reserves
runway
0.
28,
Cost index is 5. Cruise altitude is flight level 360. We can pull this in from our flight plan, right? So we're going to say cruise 360. Average wind 214 at 54, right? So that's going to be 214 at 54. Go ahead and put that in. And our top of climb outside air temperature at our highest point, which is going to be flight level 360, is going to be minus 48. So we can put in minus 48 degrees, and that's where it goes here now. All right. Brilliant. We'd have landed before Murph gets going around. Listen. N1 rate, we're not going to derate. Flaps will be set to 5. Center of gravity is going to go in. Elise, how are we getting on with boarding? Are we nearly finished? Okay, that's looking good. That's looking good.
Nearly finished, Captain. We have 54 passengers boarded so far, and the rear stairs are in position. Just a minute or 2 more to complete boarding.
Okay, thank you. Just speed it up. I want to get going. Right.
Understood, Captain. We are wrapping up boarding now and will be ready shortly.
I shall say this only once. All right, okay, APU, we're going to go ahead and power this on. APU bleed coming in, and APU generators on both sides are now working.
984 is ready for push and engine start.
Go ahead and get our packs on while we're waiting. This is all looking good. This is all looking good. Yaw dampener can come on here now as well. And we'll go back to our ramp. So ramp frequency is 119 or decimal 99. Cockpit to ground. You can go ahead and disconnect the GPU, please. All right. But you can kind of see how everything starts to... Right, quite a lot of stuff is going on.
Stand by.
So they're going to have to do their thing. We're just waiting on the last of the boarding to complete. And then we're going to be pushing back here now as well. So we shall see what happens. So here comes a little truck. He's going to disconnect the GPU. Cockpit to ground. You can also remove the loaders. It should drive those away. And we'll see what happens. So in terms of the rest of our loading, we're almost done. Sufficient fuel is on board. We've already had a look at our charts. We have our clearance. So we'll talk about what our departure is going to look like now. Good morning, Shane. Hope you're well. Can you talk us through our departure briefing, please? Hooly doolies and all that.
Alright, Murph, we'll be departing from runway 28, flying the standard departure with an initial climb altitude 5,000 feet.
Roger.
Weather looks clear and we'll follow ATC instructions for any issues. Squawk 5467, departure on 133.15, flaps set to 5, ready to go when you are.
Excellent. So our co-pilot is there.
GPU disconnected, external power removed.
Okay. So last up is going to be Elise. Let's finish loading and boarding. We're ready to go. Toyota.
Understood, Captain. We are finalizing boarding now and will be ready to depart shortly.
Real life problems, waiting on the loading to happen. Now we can force this as well. We can just say we're finished loading. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. So we're still on the ramp. Cockpit to ramp, prepare for pushback.
Roger, stand by for pushback.
All right. Hey, the boys is here. Good to see you. Okay, so we're going to tune over to the ground frequency. Next, we're going to need permission to push back off the stand, right? So we're talking to the ground controller. Sometimes it might have a RAM frequency, but in this case, it's going to be ground. And what we're going to ask them is, hey, we need to push back, and in this case, we want an engine start. Some airports, you don't have to request engine starts. Don't worry about that for the moment. We're an airliner. We're not allowed to start up on the gate or on the stand, so we need to get a pushback. So they should start disconnecting, which I think they are. Your one is dancing like a muppet, but let's see what happens. Now we can override this with GSX as well, so we can see, look, we're only halfway there, look. So, complete now. Boarding is now complete, alright? So that's what we want. Okay, Elise, that's all our passengers loaded. Go ahead and arm doors and cross-check.
Copy, Captain. Arming doors and cross-checking now.
Okay, so doors are starting to
Captain,
close.
everyone's aboard. Cabin is secure.
And we can see now that our pushback, they're going to start walking up here now to get us ready. Everything's getting disconnected from the aircraft, and we're going to be getting ready for a push and
Ground
start.
flight deck, preparing to push.
Okay, that's good stuff. We'll talk to them now in a moment what we want. Ground, Firefly 235, stand 2, request pushback and engine start. So Squawk needs to be on now for this.
Firefly 235, push and start approved. Face east.
Push and start approved, faced east, Firefly 235. And now the ramp are going to request this. Cockpit to ground, push and start has been approved. Pushback facing east. And let's see what happens here. So we're looking good. Right, so we're standing by for pushback. We're going to arm the doors. That's all done. We'll go back one here. Everything here should be okay. Everything there is okay. Speeds are all done.
Ground flight deck, tug connected.
Tug has been connected, and they'll tell us what's happening here now. There we go. So next we'll be told to release the parking brake, and then we'll get a push. A power back. Yeah, could you imagine, right? Murph, this is great for those making the jump into VATSIM ATC. Yeah, dude, it's hopefully it helps. So we get a shout from these now to release the parking brake, and then we'll see what happens. We hope. Do I have chocks in place? No, we're okay. The jetway has been removed. We're on the ramp frequency. Cockpit to ground, push back facing east.
Roger, stand by for pushback.
On GSX. You see, this is where GSX breaks. Their menu is just shite. It's GSX. What was that? What was the sign? You may need a something. Did that just say you may need to start GSX? You need to set parking brakes. Parking brakes request. Parking brakes are on. You need to set parking brakes. Yeah, okay. Right, continue pushback. It got itself upset. Release parking brakes.
Ground to flight deck, release parking brakes, please.
Okay, done. Right, GSX doing
Ground to flight
GSX.
deck, all engines clear, start at will.
Okay, so we're going to come off the packs for the minute. Engine 2 coming up. And we'll go now and get our push.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Firefly Air Flight 235, departing from St. John's International Airport and arriving at Halifax. The estimated flight time is approximately 85 minutes. We kindly ask you to pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, as it contains important information even for our frequent flyers. Please fasten your seatbelts, ensuring they are securely fastened whenever the seatbelts
where are you bringing
sign
us,
is
GSX?
activated. Return your seatbacks and tray tables to the upright position and open your window blinds for takeoff and landing.
Ground to flight deck, please
Mobile
set
phones
parking
and
brakes.
electronic devices must be set to
Good
flight
old
mode,
GSX.
and larger devices should be securely stowed during takeoff and landing. Smoking and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board,
Okay, engine 2
including
coming
the
up.
lavatories. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if required. Pull the mask firmly, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally, securing your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat
Alright, look, engine
or
1 up.
between the seats.
Hey, long nuts is here, good to
Put
see
it
you.
on and inflate it only after leaving the aircraft. Floor level lighting will guide you to the nearest exit, which is clearly marked. Please note that the nearest exit may be behind you. In case of evacuation, Leave all personal belongings behind.
Okay,
And follow
while we're
all
waiting,
safety
go ahead, set
instructions
flaps.
from the crew immediately.
We're saying flaps
Ground
5.
flight deck bypass
If
been
any
removed.
electronic device becomes hot or
Flaps
catches
5.
fire, please inform a crew member immediately.
Left is clear, right is clear.
The
We've got
safety
engine
information
start.
card contains all
Excellent.
details. Thank you for your attention.
Okay. We have a problem with the engine. That was strange, wasn't it? Why isn't she spooling? It's just slow to do it, is it? Just slow to do it. Alright, she's motoring now. Now we're supposed to be facing east, wasn't it? Oops. We'll fix that. We'll do a quick yaki boo and head. Uh-oh. Who's that now? Is that one of us? Said it would be 2100 by the time you took off. Listen, she's grand, right? Turn them on. Packs on. Beautiful. APU off. Alright. Ground Firefly 235, request taxi.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
Firefly 235, runway 28 taxi via Golf Hotel Kilo Hotel Golf Delta Mike, hold short of runway 34.
Roger, taxi runway 28 via Golf Hotel Kilo Hotel Golf Delta Mike, and we're going to hold short runway 34, Firefly 235. So it now knows there's another well, there was another aircraft that way, but we're going to go across this way. So runway turn off lights coming on, taxi light coming on, off the brakes, and that's maneuver. So he's told us to go on Golf because I just saw the state of me pushback. Yikes. Yikes! So now.
Wheel switch over. Tower 120.6, verify 7 up Bravo, okay?
Okay, so we have to hold short runway 34. Looks pretty though, doesn't it?
Firefly 235, cross runway 34.
Roger, cross runway 34, Firefly 235. Alrighty, that was nice of him.
Approaching 3-4. Approaching runway 3-4.
Oh, that's interesting. We have double RAS. This aircraft has RAS built into it.
984, short of
I'm
34.
very confused. So the charts are actually wrong here, or the airport is wrong, one or the other. James doing a flight at the minute from Newcastle to Spain. Ooh, nice.
Approaching runway 3-4.
That's it. So I think the airport is out of date. Or the charts are out of date. Alright, up the hill. Alright, continue on.
249, hold short runway T4.
Now what I might do, I might just turn off the runway alert because we have it built into the aircraft, yeah? So we'll keep that off for the moment. Not to confuse things. SayIntentions does give you RAS on any other aircraft though, which is pretty cool.
Runway 34, Firefly 249.
Jay's at the hill coming down here.
Firefly 235, contact tower on 120.6, bye bye.
Over to tower 120.6, Firefly 235. See it. Something tells me this airport isn't great. Captain Ray, good to see you. Tower Firefly 235, holding short runway 28. We're at Mike, ready to go. Now that's one of us.
Firefly 235, St. John's Tower, runway 28, winds 230 at 22, gusting 31. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 28, fly runway heading, Firefly 235. So it can't yet sequence groupie pilots, multiplayer, and the AI injection. They're just not there yet. It is on the roadmap, they're just not ready yet. So that's why we're seeing another aircraft just kind of saunter on ahead of us. It's not all interconnected, but in terms of the AI injected traffic, it absolutely does this. So we've been cleared for takeoff. We're going to get ourselves lined up. There's a fix for the lump on flights.to.
Runway 28.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, naughty, isn't it?
On runway 28.
Okay, so they've told us runway heading. So we're going to go runway heading.
On runway 28 remaining. 7,800 feet.
Okay, so we're going to arm heading. Flaps are set. We'll go toga, and then we're going to blast off. Remember, 5,000 feet is what we're after. So, power coming in. Have I a button here for toga? Didn't I put a button in? We'll press the button.
Firefly 249, hold short runway 28.
Okay, toga is set. Engine stable at 40. Auto throttle alarmed. Let's go. Alright. Thank you, Larry.
Runway 28, clear for takeoff, Firefly 249.
See, Larry, we nearly got ourselves caught out. Alright, speed alive, 90. Our instruction is to fly the runway heading. 120, V1. Oopsie daisy. Ooh, a little bit of wind. Beautiful. Gear up. Little bit windy. Flaps. We
Firefly
are
235, contact Gander Center on 133.15.
over the Gander 13315, Firefly 235. Gander Center, Firefly 235, passing 2,800 for 5,000.
Firefly 235, Gander Center, radar contact, climb 10,000, maintain present heading, direct text to enable, then on navigation.
Climb and maintain 10,000, present heading, then direct text to enable, then on navigation, Firefly 235. Put that nose down, Merv. Easy now, Jemima. Watch your speed. Okay, direct text. Right, we'll do that. Legs. We'll go text. Enter. Nav. Small bit of a left turn. Alright, flaps fully in. Engines, calm them down. Let's tidy up. Get the speed up now, Jemima. That's looking a bit better. Auto brake disengage. And there's 7,000 feet. I think a range out here.
235, climb 18,000.
Climb 18,000, flight level 180, Firefly 235. Alright, keep her climbing. We're now cleared up to flight level 180. It's very pretty. So at this stage, ATC, we got our clearance, push and start, taxi, our takeoff clearance, and they told us to fly the runway heading until we're able to go direct to text. So we're now pretty much there. We were close enough on the heading of the runway. So we're now direct to text, and after this they're giving us different clearance limits with our altitude. And the reason why they do this, they don't let you, bomb off straight away. It's based on other aircraft around you. they did tell us during our clearance, look, expect flight level 360 10 minutes after departure for two reasons. One, we're planning. Two, if we lost comms, well, that's where they expect us to go, right? So we haven't been given clearance to our final cruise level yet. They're sequencing us out of this control zone. That's why we're doing this. We got a little bit of radar vectors. You might hear something like vectors or radar vectors. They're the same. Basically, that means ATC, they're going to give you direction. Turn left, 160. Turn right, 090. That's what they mean by vectors.
010, turn left heading.
Do you know what I mean?
5205, direct Yankee Tango. When able, then continue on course at 55249.
So that's Firefly 249. Sounds like Toto. So ATC have instructed him, go direct to this other waypoint. So if we have a look at the map, we should see other aircraft here. So there's Toto, and also the Impossible Face. See the way he was vectored as well? And this will also show us like AI aircraft, all those injected aircraft, they're all going to load in and start moving around here as well. Or at least we should be able to hear them, right? And if we can't, because it's groupy, I can turn that option on, right? So let's have a look. Traffic injection.
I'm 10,000. Direct Yankee Tango. Send a file. Air Canada 984.
So that was Air Canada 981 or 984. That's Maple Leaf flying with us using SayIntentions. So in a few moments we should start seeing other aircraft appear, and we'll hear them as well, right? It's kind of mad. Filthy, thank you very much indeed. If you look at the map, you'll see it, yeah. So this is what SayIntentions is able to provide us with the ATC side. And remember, the advantage here is, lads, there's zero consequence. If you make a mistake, it's grand. You're not going to get kicked off a network. This is an excellent place to learn and to train. You know, if you have a big flight coming up, you can absolutely do this with SayIntentions from start to finish.
235, climb flight level 260.
Climb flight level 260, Firefly 235. Okay, up to 260. I'm going to take us out of VSS. We'll go VNAV. That's going to get our speed up first. We'll accelerate, and then we're going up to 260. We've configured the aircraft. So if you ever look at LNAV or VNAV, LNAV is lateral navigation, VNAV is vertical navigation. LNAV is what we have in our cars or on your phone. SatNav, it's lateral. Yeah, it's looking down on us and we can go left, right, up or down. Vertical navigation is what it sounds like between the ground and, you know, your high altitude. When you combine both of them, that's where you have very accurate, you know. Well, you're not going to get kicked off the network in VATSIM unless you truly mess up. Yeah, no, I know that, but what I'm saying is, for new pilots, like, this is a great way to learn. Just to get used to, like, put it this way, the familiarities you'll pick up using this is your ability to fly the aircraft, navigate it, and then communicate. Starting off, there's always going to be changes that are on the VATSIM network, especially when it comes to kind of the more regional requirements, automatic handover, tug release points, slightly different phraseology, right? There is a gap there, but they'll work on that. That gap closes, you know. But at least as you're learning all of this, you can do so without, if you make a mistake, you don't need to worry about a controller having an issue. That's what I mean, you know. If that is Raincloud Maple Leaf, you need to watch him. He'll pull some shenanigans, right? Like, what is great as well, like, so Larry's in the chat, lads, right? And Larry went from, you know, no ATC experience to flying on VATSIM. Now he's a controller.
Climb flight level 360.
Climb flight level 360, Firefly 235. Right, we're cleared up to our cruise. And all is well in the realm. Forgot to turn off my lights. I have failed as a simulator pilot. And for people on VATSIM, certain airports also include pilot briefings, which are handy to know what you can expect. Yeah. So there's rules attached to certain airports, be it on departure, arrival, or even the ground ops.
Air Canada 984.
But as I say, this is such an incredible entry point into the whole world of ATC. It's incredible. It's incredible. You know, I'm a huge fan of it. And I always say, like, I mean, you can use this with VATSIM, right? I mean, you know, you don't need, if you don't want the traffic injection or the ATC coverage from SayIntentions, you can still utilize the ramp, you know, for your GSX. You can still talk to your co-pilot within reason, and you have your cabin crew. You know what I mean? You can do all of that and still find the VATSIM network. Co-pilot's a huge help. Yeah. It's pretty cool. They gave us flight level 430. Nice. And just a wee lad he is. Yeah, it's great. Scott, it's great. Like, that's amazing, right? But the real problem is Larry won't or doesn't control 24 hours, 7 days a week, every day of the year. So what do we do when he doesn't? You know what I mean? That's just where VATSIM's at, you know? So we'll jump back over to what the lads are doing on VATSIM, right? On the radar. And this is where I said it could get a little bit interesting. So here's Elric is at 360. These guys are at 32, 42, 45, and 43. So there's no issue here. The lads have all picked altitudes that just won't be interfering with any of the Atlantic bound traffic, inbound or outbound. You know what I mean? He's still a pain in the ass though. Yeah, we love you, Larry. Yeah. So here's the lad, and look, they're all on different flight paths heading down towards Halifax, right? And a shout out to Grayson Dodds. He's after jumping on frequency down there as a ground controller. Now the thing with the ground controller is you have the VATSIM top-down system, whereby you know, the lowest controller controls everything below that station. So for example, ground, well, they can only control ground. You move up one to tower, tower can control tower and the ground. You go to approach, approach can cover approach, tower and ground. You know what I mean? If there's no other controllers online and only one, they work off a top-down system on VATSIM, which makes things very interesting. And, you know, they can move around to different frequencies as well, or they might tell you stay on our frequency, you know? What would you recommend as a free map? I no longer have Sky Elite. A free map, as in, what do you mean, Kieran? Just for tracking your flights? Do you use Navigraph? So what's our speed? We're climbing, power set, everything here is looking okay. Nothing in the aircraft is screaming at me. I can see where my TC is. That means top of climb. That means when I get to this point here, I should be at my cruise altitude. There's no more climbing. Top of climb. That's the top ceiling of where I'm climbing to. Later on, we're going to see top of descent. That means that's the highest altitude we get before we start descending. You'll often hear the top of descent, top of drop, right? You have others with other aircraft. You might have base of descent, right? Just for tracking flights. FS Hub, that'll do with LRM, Kieran. That'll track all your flights. Almost certain SayIntentions will track it on their map as well. Almost certain of it. Alright, so we're flying away. We're coming up. Now, I can see we have a disco here. So, we're going to Agmere, and then there's Bosub. So we're going to jump into our charts here. So if I bring up my charts, we're going to say, right, Agmere, and then Bosub. I don't know where Agmere is, so let's have a look. So I can see we're going to CAYLY. Alright, so we're going to be at CAYLY. There's CAYLY. CAYLY, it is direct Bosub. So there shouldn't be a drop here. So where or what is Agmere? Right? Next waypoint is Agmere, which doesn't make sense to me. We shouldn't be direct to Agmere. We should be direct CAYLY. So there's an issue. See this? This is a problem. This is the wrong date after getting imported from SimBrief. This can happen. So we're going to say CAYLY, execute, and we're going to go direct CAYLY, and then we're going to delete our disco. Or we'll just do that. And now that's fixed it. Sometimes that happens. So again, like, I'm double checking everything on Navigraph to say, you know, how did that happen? I don't have Navigraph, but what would VFR charts for Dublin look like? They're very good. You have a lot of restricted airspace in and around Dublin, but like, to give you an example quickly, VFR charts Europe. These are VFR sectionals for Ireland that I have on my on the iPad here now, right? So there's Dublin International, and you get the idea. That's what a VFR chart for Dublin looks like. And there's your VFR chart for the whole country, and it's accurate. I mean, I've the old paper charts somewhere, but yeah, it's this is up to date and accurate. Absolutely brilliant, right? So we're gonna go back to world map. Or is a satellite, I can't remember. Oh, it's world map. And we'll go back into our flight here. So SILRO and then CAYLY. That's where we're headed. So we can verify that then as well in the aircraft. So that's what we filed for. So we should be grand, right? So the lads now communicating with each other. Bart is ahead. He's going to be the first one in. And you can see where the lads are here, right? They're spread out enough. There's enough space between them. Naughty Gnome is at 45,000 feet, flight level 450. He's going to pass. That's what he's doing. He's just going to jump ahead. He'll probably get ahead of Clem. And then he might tuck in behind Malky, or it's unlikely he's going to go faster than Malky. From Rome to Toronto, that's a freaking vibe. And a 777, look. Now, where is Larry going? Looks like Larry has a problem, look. So Larry took off.
Allow 18 with you, descending flight level 330 for flight level 290.
Okay, so that's AI traffic now. So, want to have a look at the map here for SayIntentions? So that's him there, look. Eli 18. So it'll draw other aircraft in, which is class. You know, Gary Williams, good to see you. So we're starting to see other aircraft, and we'll hear their chatter. And what's cool with SayIntentions, it kind of characterizes them. You know, they're all alive, they're all doing their own thing. It's class, like, it's absolutely class. But there shouldn't be a factor for us. We're almost at our cruise altitude. And the next stage of flight for us is going to be, once we get to top of climb, we can, jeez, that's great now. Then we get into top of our descent, right? You want flow? There's flow. So when it comes to our top of descent, this is where we're now planning our arrival. And we're going to be looking at things like any speed constraints, what her route is going to look like coming in. And you'll hear it say, or you've heard it said in the real world, stay ahead of the airplane. You want to be doing the same, especially when you're flying on a network, be it with SayIntentions or on VATSIM or any of them. Stay ahead of the airplane. And rule number one, and I should follow my own advice here, but stick to the aircraft you know, and you know them well. Mistakes happen because I'm an idiot, but ideally you want to stick with an airplane that you know you can completely control its autopilot. You fully understand how to use the MCDU or FMS fully, right? Because when ATC are asking you to do something, you shouldn't have to, how do I do that? Because now you're going to start compounding the problem. Lots of problems, because ATC wants you to do something, you haven't done it, that controller is controlling multiple other aircraft, and they're saying, come on guy, what's happening? Do your thing, will you? I don't know. Right? So always make sure you're aware of what your aircraft can and what it can't do. So what I'm going to do now to work ahead of the aircraft, I'm going to start putting in my ILS frequencies, because I know I want to land on runway, whatchamacallit, 23. Hello there. All right. Watchable, good to see you, buddy. Welcome aboard. I'm really getting tired of my yard work interfering with your streams. Tundra, good to see you, buddy. Okay, so let's have a look here. Look, the ILS frequency I want. If I bring up my chart, 1,000 feet to go. If I bring up my chart, this is the ILS approach. Now we have ILS, or we have an ILS category 2, or you could even have category 3. The different categories are to do with visibility, right? And when I say visibility, it's like, you know, it's category 2 because there's fog. It's almost zero visibility. And what happens is, if the airport changes from kind of standard into category 2 or category 3, new rules apply to the airport in terms of the spacing, the hold short marks, because they're dealing with zero visibility, right? But anyway, we're not. So we're planning a standard ILS. We need the localizer, so that's going to be 109.9. So we're going to dial this into the aircraft, right? So we're going to say ILS frequency 109er, yeah, bring that up, and transfer. And we're also going to put it into the second box over here, right? And that's going to be our ILS then dialed in. That means this aircraft is capable of doing an auto land, right? So we can actually configure the aircraft on command 1 and command 2
Dear
to do an
guests,
auto land.
we are pleased to inform you that our cabin crew will now begin the snack and beverage service.
Now checking time.
Today we are featuring our popular ham sandwiches and a selection of refreshing beverages.
Hang sandwich.
After the service, selected items from the Firefly Air Shop will be available for your enjoyment. Thank you for your
In terms of ILS, the autopilot can do that also.
Flight with us.
In terms of ILS, no, depends on the aircraft home wrecker. The likes of Boeing, you have to tune in those frequencies yourself and the final course. If you're flying in an Airbus, it'll automatically pull those directly. Airbus is so automated. It's a beautiful, beautiful airplane because it's so much automated. It does most of the work for the pilot. Whereby Boeing, you'll have blisters because you have to do many, many different things yourself. That style of flying depends on what you're after. If you want to have all the buttons and switches and I have to do this now, I have to do that now, Boeing is the way to go. If you want the automation and just kind of stand back and watch the machine do the work, Airbus is incredible. But from a pilot's perspective, even if you're going to fly in the bus, you got to make sure you know what's happening, because if it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, you have to manually take over, right? The Max will auto-tune, set it in the EFB. Dougal, good to see you. So if we put in our departure and arrival.
Hello there.
Or do we put it into... I don't have that page. Do we put it into my route page? No? No. In it. Alright, there it is, there, look. Yeah. Right. I sit corrected, man Dougal. So if we look at our approach reference, we can see it automatically pulls in 1099 and our final course is going to be 233. If we look at the charts, that's exactly the same. So the Max can do that. The 737NG can't do that, right? Warrior, good to see you. HOTAS, this is a Verpal control setup. The Warbird base and Constellation Alpha, a Mongoose as well. And I also use Mosa gear as well. Dougal, hope you're well, bud. So the Max has that capability, but your 737 NGs don't. You have to manually do them, right? Now, other things we can look at here: flaps configuration for landing, probably 30, right? That's what we're going to plan. Wind correction is already in. Glide slope is going to be turned on as well. On the next page, runway condition, I think it's going to be wet, right? We're going to call it medium poor. And that'll come into where we pick up the ATIS, where we figure out what's happening in the airport and all that kind of jazz here. All right. The FMS, again, there's so much to learn when it comes to the computers, these small little computers. And if you can drive this pretty much drives all the navigation of the aircraft. Pretty much, right? And then you have your own MCP up on top here, your main control panel. But if you can drive an FMS, that's where you put in your, direct to, your holes, fixes if you need them. You can configure position reports if you're crossing oceanic clearances and all this, right? You do it all within the FMS. So I think we might spend a bit of time, and I'm back from my Holliers, I think we'll spend a bit of time doing some kind of training and stuff on the FMS. We've done the ATC courses, so I think next up could be interesting if you spend a little bit of time on the FMS from Boeing, on the MCDU from Airbus, and maybe a Collins unit as well, just so we have an idea of how the 3 different units work and what they're capable of doing. Do you know what I mean? Adam Controls, good to see you. Larry's gone for a swim. Did Larry crash? Larry, what happened to you?
Firefly 235, contact Gander Center on 124.05.
Over to centre, 124.05, Firefly 235, have a good day. Alright, Gander. Gander, good afternoon. Firefly 235, flight level 360. And there's no with you, and also with you.
Firefly 235, Gander Center identified. Good evening.
Good evening. A lot of people hear them say, with you. I'm a stickler for kind of trying to stick what's in operational manuals. You look at the phraseology books, you look at radio telephony. It doesn't say with you. Some people say it. They say it in the real world as well. But when you're learning this stuff, don't use it. Just don't use it. You know? With you. What does it even mean? I'm with you. I'm with you too, man. Right. So there's little things like that you'll pick up. Some people just do, but if you're training and you're trying to nail this, get it done right. It's like everything, lads. If you go to learn how to drive a car, you will originally drive that car at the 10 to 2 or whatever position. 2 hands on the wheel. Once you get your license, you're driving the thing with your index finger whilst you're on the phone, smoking a fag and eating a burger, shouting at someone. Do you know what I mean? Like, but on the aviation side, you're constantly monitoring your systems. You're constantly monitoring. Our speed is good. Now, even though it says 255 knots, well, that's airspeed. We're actually at Mach decimal 771, or in other words, we're doing about 417 knots over the ground. But we are competing against a headwind. Because of our altitude, it's much windier up here. The advantage is the air is less dense, less fuel burn, you have all this kind of stuff, right? But we're moving nicely. We can push this a little bit. You can see where that red tape is. But like, this is kind of the norm. You just don't end up over there. You go over speed, damage and all this kind of jazz. You don't want to worry about it. But at the moment where we're heading, we're about 160 miles away from our top of drop, top of descent. So at this point, this is where you'd see in the cockpit, they'd be planning their approach, they'd be planning their, you know, the gates in which they're going to be arriving to, all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff. Now, we're probably after ducking a little bit south from SILRO, but I'm not too worried. We'll call it, although there's a good chance ATC will give out to us. Centre, Firefly 235 with a request. Better ask him before
Firefly 235, go ahead with your request.
Gander, we're looking for a direct to CAYLY. That's Charlie Alpha Yankee Lima Yankee.
Firefly 235, direct to CAYLY approved.
Direct CAYLY approved, thank you, Firefly 235. So it's a bit of a shortcut. Now we're over somewhere very unique and interesting in the world. Would you believe it? We are over French territory. Directly below us. Well, behind us. That's France behind us. See that island? It's France. Isn't that mad? Just this small little area. No wonder there's no ATC. Wait, what happened? Much like if you drive flat foot, you run out of fuel. Yep. But yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Yeah, there's a France near. Isn't it mad? We France in Europe, but that's also that's classified as French territory. France, it's like French law and all that. Pretty cool. Just off the south of Newfoundland. He's not. What's he doing? Larry, are you having an issue? Oh wait, he's gone, is he? Poor old Larry had an issue, he had to turn back. Now the lads are getting okay here. let's jump over to the lads over on Discord just to give you their perspective now when they're flying on Unicom, and what's their main focus, right? Hello?
There he is now.
Actually, how are you getting on?
Hello. Larry just said he was going to run away because he knew you were coming in to mock him.
That's what it was. Did Larry crash?
Oh, he did, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. The poor old devil.
I don't know. He's here. Just let him explain himself there while you're here.
Yeah. Larry, what can you explain? What happened?
So I went off to make a cup of tea.
Right.
And I must have knocked the yolk or something when I sat up. And 5 minutes later, I end up in the sea.
Ah, jeez. What were you flying?
The 736.
Oh, Jesus. So, death by tea, Larry.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, was it a nice cup of tea at least?
Yeah, it's alright, but it's a bit, it's not great now that I've crashed my plane, is it?
No. That's quite unfortunate, Larry.
It is indeed.
Jesus, Larry, yeah, you're not playing Grand Theft Auto, like, do you know what I mean? But no, I was saying there, lads, so you're flying along on Unicom now, and the spacing, everyone's communicating with each other. Naughty Gnome said, effect this for a game of soldiers, I'm going to go very fast in my Citation X, which you have done, but you've also started your descent now as well, Naughty.
Yeah, but I'm descending at best possible speed forward, so I'm still doing 100 knots faster than Malky there. I started off behind Josh, so that's how, which is like 2 planes back. So I'm hoping I can just quietly slip in front of Malky and land before them all.
Nice. And again, anyone who's watching, if you haven't done any of this, the lads are flying on VATSIM. They're communicating to each other and to other aircraft. There hasn't really been any conflicts. There was 1 or 2 aircraft coming in over the Atlantic. But
Would you like anything to drink or a small snack, Captain?
I think we were grand. Do you know what I mean?
No factor for most of us considering we're in biz jets.
Yeah, there's a good few biz jets with you there as well. And there is a ground controller on. Fair play that man. But as I said, like anyone who's wanting to learn to do these flights,
Canada 984, flight level 380.
have a listen to when the lads are flying. I mean, in the VATSIM Thursday audio channel right now on our Discord, there's at least 3 controllers, right? Real world friggin' pilots, real world mad lads, and like a wealth of experience, and just how are you getting on? How do we do this? Why do we do that? Like, it's great to have the lads there if you ever want to learn. Like, think back a couple of years ago, lads, we just didn't have this. We're all learning ourselves, do you know? So it is great. It is great to see. And
it's great having everyone in here because you do learn so much. I learn something every week. Well, I didn't know.
Come here, Naughty. I think that was a good idea if we spend a bit of time learning that FMS and the MCDU. What do you think?
Yep, great idea.
You happen to have a manual on them, haven't you? Or at least one of them?
Yes, I've got all of the manuals.
Oh, good man. Right, I'll lean into you maybe in a week or two and we come up with a bit of a planation.
Yeah, no worries.
Just to learn the different stuff, because I think that's a huge help. I think a lot of people trip themselves up following the FMS. They're well able to utilise the the MCP, but it's the FMS that catches them out. So I think if we do a bit of training on that, that could be good.
Yeah, great idea. Love it.
I need it for all of the 737 stuff.
You need it or you have it?
No, I need it.
Ah, okay, grand. Brilliant.
I'm just starting to hook up all the equipment.
How goes it, Scott? Is it all working?
The right ethos finally came back on after I played with the cords and then updated the BIOS. And now I'm trying to log into some other stuff and see if I can make it work.
Nice. Well, have fun with it, enjoy it, and if it breaks, blame someone else.
Yeah, still having problems with the AB6.
You're still having problems with the AB6, as in profiles?
No, as in getting the little cord to plug into the base.
Oh. There is a bit of a knack to that. If you have the cord looking down at the base, and the base is facing forward. You want that cord lining up to its 9 o'clock position, where the little tooth is.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. If it breaks, blame Muse fan. Elric said the same.
While we're on the topic of coordination, Josh, what speed are you descending at? Is he here? He's not listening. Josh, help!
Yeah, Naughty, just to get you in front of me a little bit more, I'm slowing to 280.
Appreciated.
Where's... Oh, there he is. Oh yeah, he's dropping it down fairly quick.
Murphy, what speed are you descending at?
Good question. For some reason, I'm at 195 knots.
Oh, nice. Grizzle!
Okay, right, keep that speed then, because I was going to either
Allow
slot in
myself
between
to
you and
introduce
Clem, or slot in behind you.
Myself.
So slot in between if you're descending very slowly.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm descending this slowly, so overtake me.
Rather, I'll make it interesting, squeeze in between the pair of you. So
Do squeeze it in there. Couldn't tie it. Yeah.
Squeeze it in behind Josh.
Don't make me squish you.
Brilliant. Right, lads. Best of luck with the landing. We'll talk back to you there in a couple of minutes.
Cheery bye.
Cheery bye. I love that. I haven't heard that in ages. Cheery bye. Right. So that's the lads on VATSIM. And as I said, we just don't have VATSIM coverage here. We're just, ground controller came on, which is great. Here's us using SayIntentions, which has ATC for us. And there's also AI aircraft flying around on top of that. But this is looking at real pilots. These are human people flying. And like, there's a lot, right? There is a lot. I mean, okay, you compare it to VATSIM with controllers and everyone else. There's a lot of people using SayIntentions, which is great to see. So here's our little conga line coming in. And again, it's not at the stage yet where it's able to plan vectoring or separation with human pilots versus AI. But it's getting there. You know what I mean? Grizzle, I hope you're well, buddy. Thank you very, very much indeed for the raid. I've been, what's the word? Lurking. I always lurk in your streams. And you're very welcome in, buddy. Welcome in, lads. Hope you had a great stream. You got center. We're on center. No, we don't have center, no. No. ATC Gym. Where's this now? Is Volanta. Yeah, Volanta isn't bad, Kieran. That's from Orbex. Yeah, Volanta isn't bad. It ain't bad at all. Right, let's have a look. So top of drop, we're approaching this in about, what, 120 miles? Because CAYLY is just beyond that. So we're okay just kind of cruising here. Cabin crew asked us for a cup of tea. But yeah, I don't see Murph on the live map for SayIntentions. Over there. Where am I? There I am. That be me. And we can see who we're tuned into. We can also see our airspeed. We can see our route. And our ETA. Wish I'd known you were flying. Would have forced center for you. Ah, no worries at all, Jim. Every Thursday we plan VATSIM flights. It's just tonight we didn't have ATC. So I said, well, look, this is the ideal time to fire up SayIntentions, because I know that there's so many people when they look at when they look at folks flying on VATSIM, right? I'm the same. You're thinking, Jesus, I'd love to be able to do that, right? So we started VATSIM stuff a couple of years ago, and every Thursday we do VATSIM flights, and we've done training courses and all the jazz. However, a lot of new people have come in, and now, well, what can they do, right? So, and we didn't have SayIntentions back then. It is a remarkable system for learning.
235, contact Moncton Centre on 125.25.
Over to Moncton Centre, 125.25. Firefly 235, thanks. That's a bit loud. Moncton Centre, Firefly 235, flight level 360. It was on proximity, there you go. There you go.
Firefly 235, Moncton Centre identified. Good evening.
Good evening. And then there's other mad things you can do in SayIntentions that you couldn't really do on VATSIM. I mean, you can declare emergencies, you can have cabin crises, you can get a lot of cool stuff. It's very, very good. Very, very good. Jeff, good to see you. Kia ora. Do you have a Discord? Yes, ! Discord. That's where we hang about and we talk about these things, and we have various different channels. We have our own VATSIM channel where the lads talking. They'll show charts. They'll talk about different approaches. Naughty puts up an absolute barrel load of information. Rambog, Scott. We have an incredible bunch of lads there. And as I said, there's a number of VATSIM controllers who fly with us as well. We've Josh, we've Larry, we've Adam, old veteran. He's doing stateside controlling as well. It's absolutely incredible. Rambog is looking after Sweden.
7704, contact Gander Center on 119.425. Good evening.
So that's talking to other aircraft.
Switching to 119.425, Polaris 7704.
So there he is, 7704. He's north of us. Now these lads will be vectored around us. There will be separation between us and AI traffic, and that's where I did my little direct to. Look. Pretty cool, right? These little dots that are appearing on the map, this is the new feature that we can rewind to that position, right? It's still being worked on, but the idea being is if you want to practice a certain approach with, say, intentions, you can rewind, bring everything back to that point, and the ATC will continue on from where you left off at that point, which is amazing. Jeff, absolutely, buddy. New pilots, more than welcome. Ramble on in. If you have any questions, just ask. We have a really awesome community there. Really, really awesome community. And it's just a great way to learn. It's a great way to learn. Like, airliners are not for everyone. General aviation isn't for everyone. The helis aren't for everyone. You're going to find something that you like. And of course, when it comes to learning, there's no end to learning. So you can run SayIntentions on VATSIM, kind of. You can work with SayIntentions if there's no VATSIM ATC. You can be under the control of SayIntentions ATC. And when your vPilot client detects that a controller is now in range, SayIntentions will see that and they'll talk to you to say, contact the VATSIM controller on whatever frequency. If you're flying on VATSIM and the controller hands it over to, Unicom advisory because there's no further ATC services available from VATSIM, SayIntentions can take over and then continue your flight. Really, really good. If you're flying on VATSIM and there is controller activity, you can still utilize your co-pilot, you can still utilize your ground crew, and something for Grizzle, I don't know if you came across it, mate, with SayIntentions, they have this new AI uplink. It's going to be made available soon, but you can completely control GSX by your voice without having to touch a single thing. And it works perfectly. Really, really good. 'Tis absolutely savage now. According to the weather, there should be, we kind of see it building up. There's a whole load of thunderstorms and stuff. Sometimes it's rare though, the controller may try and get you on guard instead of sending you a contact me. Yeah. It all depends on the experience you're after, you know what I mean? Like where we have VATSIM controllers, as I say, and SayIntentions say the same. If you have the choice of a real world human, brilliant, that's the one you go for. But if you don't have that option, what do you do, Is it just for Microsoft or does it work on X-Plane? It works on X-Plane. Traffic injection isn't there yet, but ATC works very well on X-Plane. But there's no traffic. There's no injection, I don't think. I'm almost certain there isn't. Yet. Anything with SayIntentions to kind of say yet, because chances are they thought about it and they're like, right, how do we figure out this one? A great bunch of lads. Okay, we might be a little bit far out in terms of picking up some information, but we'll try it. Let's do an airport lookup. So our destination, CYHZ, and here's the information. Elevation, runways arriving 23 and 32. ATIS information, information Victor, 2020 Zulu. So it's only 15 minutes old. Arriving and departing runway 23 and 32, winds 230 at 8, visibility 4, mist, overcast at 300, temperature 19, dew point 19, hence we have mist, altimeter 299 density altitude is 1000, watch that, arrival metering in effect, expect possible airborne holes, advise on initial contact, you have Victor. The terminal area forecast, if we have a look, we can see that there is broken cloud, overcast, but it doesn't seem to be raining. Doesn't seem to be showers, but it doesn't seem to be raining. And then here's all our ATC frequencies we can grab here as well. You know, yeah, ATC Jim, it's really good, man. It's come on so well these past few years. Like it's excellent now. It's excellent. Will it be 100%? Probably not. They know that, you know, but they're trying to get it to be 100%. And you know, if you encounter bugs and there's issues, they've some really you know, switched on facilities that's able to take your feedback. They're able to look at it. They can do all sorts of kind of you know, what's the word I'm looking at? Scrutiny into what could have went wrong, how it happened. They're very good at that, you know. So here's our call log here as well, if we're unsure. So we'll talk to our co-pilot. Let's just get an idea. All right, Shane, talk us through our arrival briefing. What are we planning?
We'll be arriving in Halifax on runway 23 using the ILS approach, flying the Cabot 5 arrival. Weather shows winds 230 at 8, overcast at 300. Final approach speed will be 135 knots.
Okay, good stuff. Thanks for that. Yeah, we make Shane sound like he's a genius. Brilliant.
No worries, Murph. Just let me know if you need anything else.
I want you to start saying Jesus after every sentence, Shane. Is that possible?
Sorry, Murph, that's not happening. Let's keep it professional up here, mate.
Jesus. What? Hang on a second. Public order. Right, public outrage. On Shane's stream last night, he was able to get me to stop saying Jesus, and he started saying hippopotamus. So I started saying, hippopotamus. I can't get him to say Jesus. Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
That it right? That's terrible. I say you use a different voice instead. Yeah. Shane, I tell you what, from now on, at the end of all your sentences, just say Jesus.
Hello there.
Hey, Fraud, good to see you. Haggard, welcome in.
That's not happening. Let's keep it professional up here.
I'm outraged. That's absolutely shocking.
Jesus.
There's absolutely no messing now at all. And yet, on Shane's stream, he was able to get me to stop saying Jesus. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. I'm outraged, so I am. That's brilliant. I'm raging. Shane, what about when you say hooly doolies? Can you change hooly doolies to something else?
Sorry, Murph. Hooly doolies is my signature phrase. Can't change it, mate.
Well. Hang on a second now. On your live stream yesterday, you changed what I said. So why can't I change what you say?
Murph, that's not how it works. Let's keep it professional up here, all right?
Jesus. Oh, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. I am raging. Okay, thank you, Shane. Let's keep this very professional going forward. Jesus.
Understood, Murph. Let's keep it professional and focused on the flight.
Well. I mean, you know. Murph, are you there? I'm here. Just keeping an eye on things. Let me know if you need anything, Captain. Come here, you'll never guess what. So we had Shane there as our co-pilot, right? And he wouldn't change his hooly-doolies to Jesus. I mean, isn't that just shocking? Shane's a character, isn't he? Gotta love the quirks of the crew. Keeps things interesting on these long flights. Yeah, but like, he wouldn't change what he says. He said, no, we have to keep it professional. I mean, like, come on out of that. Shane's all about keeping it professional, eh? Sometimes a bit of cracker can lighten things up, but I guess he's sticking to his guns. I guess he is, Murph. I guess he is. Oh, brilliant. Shane's a stickler for the rules, isn't he? Keeps us on our toes. He does, yeah, he does. Bloody hell.
678 with you, flight level 230, climbing flight level 240.
Full Air 7678, Moncton Center identified. Full Air 7678, traffic 11 o'clock and 12 miles, crossing right to left.
Brian, Shane wouldn't change what he'd say when I requested it. I'm telling.
I didn't catch that, Murph. Could you say again?
No, it's okay. I'll be quiet now. I'd be dot walloped off friggin' SayIntentions. Brian be
no
like,
worries, Murph. Just let me know if you need anything.
Yeah, I better not. Brian would be like, Murph, get off my network. I did, but right. Murph and Murph, yeah. Welcome to the stream, folks. Tonight, Murph tries to make two AI characters argue with each other. Yes. It's very good. Isn't it very good, though? Acting the Egypt aside, it's very, very good. Right, anyway, we're approaching our top of drop. And I'll have to talk to them on that. Shane wouldn't change, yet I would. I mean, you know. Oh, yeah, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, isn't it? Right, we are going to start our approach shortly. Let us see. Where is this now? Speedbird had a lovely time flying down to Paramaribo from Amsterdam. Ooh, nice. Sabo's here. SayIntentions, in my honest opinion, has been a great tool for me to help learn ATC terminology so I can work up the coverage for VATSIM. Yeah, dude, it's so good for that. It is so good for that. Absolutely brilliant for that. Ashley, yes, we're in a 737 MAX. How cool. How cool. Absolutely brilliant. Now, where is this? I like this tunage. We shall play this tunage as we're cruising.
Firefly 235, when you're ready to send flight level 280. Cleared for the Cabot 5 arrival.
When ready to send flight level 280, cleared for the Cabot 5 arrival. Firefly 235.
Firefly 235, descend flight level 260.
Descend flight level 260, Firefly 235. Right, down we go. Down the hill we must go. We've started our descent. Watch your speed.
We have left our cruising altitude and have begun our approach to Halifax. Please return to
Cargo run delivering screech from St. John's. Noise. Mr. GPHI 1. B. Carlo, thank you very much indeed. 49 months. Cheers, buddy.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Oh, yeah. I hear you, but not the ATC telling you what to do, says Maple. On the stream or over SayIntentions? Because I do have it on full whack. In SayIntentions, you may not. Can a stubborn pilot overrule ATC? Yes. If they have good reason to, yes. But that's a very grey area. The way you look at ATC and pilots, it is teamwork. And I don't mean that in like the usual cliche way. It is teamwork. They're both working with and for each other. You know what I mean? Where a pilot could overrule ATC could be something like if they were given information or they're given an instruction and their aircraft just can't do it, they can't do it. You know, climb flight level 380, I'm unable. Yeah, all right. You know what I mean? Balbro, good to see you, buddy. And Halifax, Firefly 235. We're going to look for the ILS 23 if that's possible.
Firefly 235, expect the ILS runway 23 approach at Halifax.
Roger, expect ILS 23 approach for Firefly 235. Thanks. Alright. Well, bro, hope you're well, buddy. Hope you had a great day. I've had clearance issues, so sometimes I'll vector myself to safety. Yeah. Just flying over St. John's, going to New York here on. Nice. This is looking very nice, isn't it?
Firefly 235, descend altitude 16,000 feet. Altimeter 29er.
Roger, descend altitude 160, 16,000 feet. Altimeter 29er. Firefly 235. We're descending. Don't say buzzing around Mrs. GVHI. I saw a comm check. Did you hear that? We heard a comm check? Oh no. Josh, did you crash?
I put the car in
Jesus! Creo, you mad devil!
Firefly 235, contact Moncton Center on 135.1.
Over to Moncton, 135.1, Firefly 235, thanks. Creo with 5 gifted tier 1 subs. What an absolute legend. Thank you very much indeed. Jesus. Moncton Center, Firefly 235, descending flight level 300 down to 16,000.
Firefly 235, Moncton Center identified. Good evening.
Good evening. Where's Josh? Did Josh crash? Have a look on VATSIM Thursday. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Jesus. Oh no. Josh, you poor devil. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. There's been a friggin' incursion onto the grass. Oh dearie me. This is why we have checklists. That's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I love it. That's absolutely brilliant. You poor old devil. Whoops-a-doodle. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous looking? Gorgeous. Right, I imagine this is going to get kind of busy here now, so we better focus. We need to focus. It's okay for a two-liner. Yes. Absolutely gorgeous. Right, we're approaching CAYLY, and then we've got to be dropping right down. Speed is going to come down, altitude is going to come down. So let us see what's going to happen. We're going to look for the ILS. I'm going to take it out of VNAV. We're going to go V speed.
Firefly 235, descend altitude 7,000 feet.
Descend altitude 7,000 feet, Firefly 235. So we're going to take over a few things here, bring our speed back as well. We're going to pull out the brakes and descend at 2,000 feet a minute. That'll give us an idea of where our altitude, see the green line here? That green line is indicating we're going to be at 7,000 feet at this area. Whoa! What's going on tonight? Kieran, thank you very much indeed. 5 gifted tier 1 subs. Both Creo and Kieran, lads, and Stu earlier on, you're very, very kind lads. If you got a tier 1 sub tonight, folks, do be sure to say thank you to either Kieran, Creo, or indeed Stu Snape from earlier on. Unbelievable support, lads. Thank you very, very much indeed. It's all going on Sangria. I mean, right, you know. Brilliant. Right. Speed is coming down nicely. We're descending like an absolute mad joke. I'm not too worried about our VNAV profile from here on in. ATC are going to... Well, ATC are in charge. Now, in terms of landing, we're going to set up auto brake 2. Lights, we're too far away from that. We will tell our passengers to fasten their L seat belts. Alright, Shane, we have started our descent. We're going to go for the ILS 23 approach. Alright, speed is looking good. Top lads. Yes.
No problem. Got the chart up.
How friggin' cool is that, though? Like, how cool is that? Shane, you've redeemed yourself. I didn't even ask him for the chart. I just told him what we were doing. He's like, yeah, here's the chart. Isn't that brilliant, isn't it? Go on, SayIntentions. Yup, Tivoli. Right. Did I even have Navigraph open? Jesus. That's fantastic. ILS frequency is already in, so we'll just set up our course. Course was what, 233? 233. Course coming in. 233. And double check ILS frequencies are 109, 109. Yeah, all dialed in. Jeez, we're getting kind of mad weather here. Look, what's going on? Let's give us the weather. Oh, here's precip.
Firefly 235, cross LEH Rose at altitude 3,000 feet.
Cross Leros at altitude 3,000 feet, Firefly 235. Is this going to stay Cat 1? Now we can do this manually, or we can go into our FMS and say, right, Leros needs to be at, it's okay, 3,000 feet it is. Alright, keep descending. Why is the sim not saving my settings? It's driving me mad. Oh, no way. Mr. Dulu, Delu, it's a 737 MAX. Look at the state of the weather. Absolutely, Aviation Geek. Good to see you, bud. Tarnish, I've no idea. Is it... double check what profile it's loading. You know the way sometimes it loads the cloud or a local? Sweet. Love terrible weather. Yeah. Silver, good to see you. Hope all is well. Right, this is interesting with the weather here. We got a couple of cells here, look. Especially this red fella here, look. We're heading straight towards that. Hot chase. Right, so 3,000 feet. We're actually okay. Rate of descent is good. Speed is good, but it's going to get bumpy. And we have all sorts of precip. Your live weather is clear? Interesting.
Air Canada 984 descending through.
Yours was doing that earlier on, though, home wrecker. I don't think your live weather is working right, mate. I don't think. Elise, we have started our descent. Please prepare the cabin for landing.
Copy, Captain. Preparing the cabin for landing now.
Probably need a weather reboot. Yeah. Everything went well until just before touchdown. Autopilot got flown off course, so hard landing. That's Angel. No worries, man. No worries. Yours is cloudy. Have you not landed yet? Naughty gnome, listen. We're coming in now, hey. Right. 29er, 9er, 9er.
Function Centre, Firefly 249, flight level 280 for 16,000.
29er, 9er, 9er. We're going to be going straight into that big... It's going to be interesting. Kyle Thompson, good to see you. We're about to plan an arrival here into Halifax. Ooh. Weather is bad from possibly smoke from the wildfires in Ontario, Nova Scotia. Taxi to the airport will arrive before Murphy lands. You're probably right. Hayden, UK. Good to see you, young man. Hope you're well, buddy. We have some horrible weather that looks absolutely gorgeous. Right? We love it. Alright, we continue to descend. We're going to go ahead and get our lights on.
Hello there.
All is well in the realm. YD, thank you for the follow. Meanwhile, I've been overtaken hard enough that everyone has disappeared.
Flight level 250 if you have it.
Ooh. Alright, continue on in. This is looking terribly good. 50 nautical miles from Agmere. Ooh. We're just about to start on our ILS approach. Eesh. So here's our star. So it's going to be CAYLY, Bosub, and then Leros. And then when we get down to Leros, we're straight in. That's our initial fix, and we're straight in.
Firefly 235, contact Halifax, approach on 118.7.
Over to approach 118.7, Firefly 235, thanks. Halifax approach, Firefly 235, overhead CAYLY. We're inbound on the ILS 23 on the Cabot 5 arrival. Almost run out of fuel, Grazer. Jesus.
Firefly 235, Halifax approach identified. Good evening, Halifax QNH 29er.9er. Expect the ILS runway 23 approach into Halifax and confirm you have information, Whiskey.
Roger, we are expecting the ILS 23 approach into Halifax, QNH 29er, 909er, and we'll go ahead and grab that ATIS. We'll call you right back.
2332. Wind 260 at 9er. Visibility 10. Broken at 400. Temperature 19er. Dew point 19er. Altimeter 29er. Density altitude 1000 feet. Arrival metering in effect. Expect possible airborne holds. Advise on initial contact. You have information whiskey.
And Firefly 235, we have information whiskey. Kyle Thompson, what exactly would you like?
Firefly 235, thanks.
Whiskey on board, yeah, wrong stuff, right? Mac Vision, hope you're well, buddy. What is info in Alpha Phonetics? So what they do, every hour, they update the weather information. So when you give a code, for example, it's now whiskey, they're letting us know that the ATIS information, the weather effectively at that terminal information service, automatic terminal information service, it's the accurate one. Think of it as a code that's relevant to that moment in time.
Mesdames et messieurs, we are now on our final approach into Halifax. Please turn off all electronic devices
Do you know?
and stow them until we arrive at the gate.
Kyle Thompson says, any live tips, smile, always smile.
Ensure your seats are in the full upright
And only do what makes you smile.
fasten your seatbelts.
That's great advice. Do what makes you happy. Saves you having to read the entire forecast.
Celsius. Our assigned gate is Terminal Gate 12. Thank you for your cooperation.
Terminal Gate 12. That's assigned. We'll see what happens about that. You know. Does it cost much to play Microsoft Flight Sim with joystick and throttle? No, buddy, no. It's not too bad. 777's here. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're well, man. No, it's not. I mean, you pick up the game, you can get it on Game Pass, right? And then you can get like a joystick and a throttle. That's a HOTAS. Hands-on throttle and stick. $80, $100 gets you started. Even less now, I think. Do whatever makes you happy. How do you stay away from people? Ariscott. Some people. Yeah. Right, we're at 230 knots, under 10,000. We are descending. We want to be at 3,000 feet at Laros. So we're gonna ease out this descent profile here and take our time just a little bit, right? So there's Leros. And we're just going to let this guy go all the way up. It's a little bit hard to see with the weather. Turn off the weather for a minute. So we need to shallow out our rate of descent here, yeah? That's not enough. Call it 400 feet a minute. Not enough. 600 feet a minute. Much. $43 knots still against our nose. That can't be right, lads. Is it? We'll see what happens. Wolfhound, good to see you, buddy. Your main issue is with parents, right? I like F1. Thank you very much, buddy. Captain Charlie, welcome in. Do I fly with an airline? No. We have a virtual airline in the sim called Firefly Air. Loads of fun. Mex says, Murph, I got a room at the Westgate for $74 a night. Jeez, that's not bad, Mex. That's awesome, man. Do Americans have to pay city tax in the likes of Vegas? Or is that just an out-of-town thing? Still need to get with you about the showcase. I've been a tad busy and I forgot. That's okay, buddy. Alright, we're slowly descending. Get this weather back on because I think we're flying into some mad stuff here. Look at this, jeez, look at the sail over there, look. That's what the radar is picking up. Yikes. Chris Brown, Daddy Daycare today. No worries, buddy. Thank you very much indeed. I think I sent you a copy. Did you send me a copy?
Halifax approach.
I think you did.
249 with whiskey on board.
He's whiskey on board.
110, descending 07,000.
Man, Toto, whiskey on board. That's what we want to hear, buddy. This is almost like wind shear territory, isn't it? Let's up the speed a little bit.
Expect the ILS.
It's very windy here.
Approach for Halifax. 249. Rose at or above 3,000 feet. Offside. 249.
Everyone has to pay it. We all get fleeced. Ah, that's mad. I think everyone has to pay it. Yeah, that's nuts, isn't it? It is wind shear. You have it at 15,000. Yeah, it's like 40 knots on me now. This is nuts. Got another cell over on the right hand side now. Oh yeah, man. This is weather. This is weather. Anyone else's weather can hold my beer. Like, look. Jesus. Two niner is what we're at. It's very beautiful. How long to landing? About 10 minutes. Yeah, real weather, Jim. Isn't that very pretty, lads? Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Stunning.
Hello there.
Inquiring mind, thank you for the follow. Adam, you better believe it. It could be worse. You went for the wrong approach, apron. Oh wait, I went to the wrong apron and Josh landed with his gear up. I mean, it's a normal night flying. It's absolutely brilliant. Iceman stole Gav's parking spot. It's carnage. Stitch him a loaf. I mean, can we all agree? Look at the hack of that. The state of it, isn't it beautiful? David Bay, thank you very, very much indeed. Look at that, 33 months, man. What an absolute ledge. Cheers, buddy. Right, so, what is the actual weather down here now? Let's do an airport lookup. Search. ATIS. So we have winds 240 at 6, visibility 10, scattered at 600 and at 14, broken 25. Temperature 20, altimeter 299er. Information X-ray is current. So that's what we have here now, right? Break on through to the other side. Right? So we need to be down at 3000 at Leros. Let's drop her down. We're getting 24 knots on the nose. Easy does it. Alright, start bringing the speed down. Use the brakes. We're going to go for not to flaps. And we have to go through a big red cell for this as well. This is going to be sporty. Might turn off this little gadget here, home wrecker. I think we're clear with it now. Alright, flaps 1, speed is coming down, we're aiming for 200. Altimeter. What's the altimeter? Who are we talking to? 1187? 1187. What is the altimeter? Still 299er.
Departure Porter 256 2000 for 4000.
Alright, ease our way in.
Porter 256, Moncton Center, climb and maintain 12000. Climb 12000, Porter 256.
Slow us down, Betsy. What's the point of the weather radar if you're not going to go around? Listen, Clem, we want to see the bumps. It's a simulator, man.
5, Canada 984.
But yeah, like ordinarily you'd be saying I need to deviate. A-firm, the impossible face.
Porter 256, contact Moncton Center on 133.905.
I don't think so yet, Vulcan. We can tell them we need deviation for weather.
270, Canada 984.
We'll ask them. Halifax, Firefly 235, request deviation 20 degrees left for bad weather.
Firefly 235, deviation approved, fly heading 237.
Roger, left heading 237, Firefly 235. On Firefly 235, we will require vectors for the ILS once we get past this weather. Yeah, it does it.
Firefly 235, unable to provide vectors for this approach. Proceed direct to the final approach fix and advise when you have the field or the approach in sight.
Roger, we'll advise at our final approach fix, Firefly 235. We're going to have to vector again shortly. We're going to be looking for 20 degrees right in a few minutes, but we'll call you when we're doing that.
Firefly 235, roger, advise when ready for vectors.
Wilco, Firefly 235. We have a bit of a gap in here, look. And Firefly 235, request direct to Leros.
Firefly 235, direct LARO approved. Fly heading 229er.
Direct Laros, Lima, Echo, Romeo, Oscar, Sierra. This is our final approach fix. Firefly 235.
Firefly 235, fly heading 229er, vectors LARO.
Negative. Our heading to Laros will be on a 276 heading. Do.
Firefly 235, heading 276 approved, vectors LARO.
276 approved, vectors LARO, Firefly 235. Right. Arm approach. Easy now, Jemima. Watch your speed. Okay, so speed 200, direct Laros, and then we're going to be in. Get ourselves up to 3,000. Leros.
Firefly 235, 8 miles from Mythic, turn left heading 250, cleared for the ILS runway 23 approach.
Cleared for the ILS 23 approach from Mythic. We're going to be established here now in one moment. Firefly 235.
194, across Mythic, Air Canada 94.
Rouge 2065, contact Moncton Center on 133.905.
Keep it
Center on 133.905, Rouge 2065.
They were trying to turn us back a little bit this way, but because there's wind, I think there's a slight deviation between them. But we're okay for the moment. Speed 200, altitude 3,000. Let's start reducing our speed. And Firefly 235 established on the ILS 23. Alright, speed coming down. Let's call it 170. Flaps 5.
Firefly 235, contact Halifax Tower on 118.4.
Over to tower 118.4, Firefly 235. Here. Alright. 1184. Halifax Tower, Firefly 235. We are fully established. ILS 23. Down we go.
Firefly 235, Halifax Tower, roger, cleared to continue ILS runway 23 approach.
Continue ILS 23 approach, Firefly 235. Watch your speed.
Firefly 235, winds 240 at 6, landing at your discretion will be at your own risk.
2,500.
Roger, we will be landing on runway 23, Firefly 235. Why are they saying that now?
Firefly 235, winds 240 at 6, runway 23, cleared to land.
That's better. Clear to land runway 23, Firefly 235. It could be something in my call sign from earlier on. It was a helicopter, and it can remember stuff here as well. Flaps 30. This is going to be fierce interesting, lads. I can't see a shagging thing. According to this, we're on the glide. What's my decision height going to be?
119.
Let's see what happens when we break out through the clouds. It clears up. 650.
Air Canada 90.
This should be Cat 2. Alright, don't panic. Speed is good. Autopilot disconnected, auto throttle disconnected. Let's fire in.
1,000.
Here we're going.
Approaching runway 23.
Watch your speed.
Approaching 23.
Flight slow.
All right.
Flight slow.
A little bit low.
Flight slow.
We can see the runway now.
Flight slow. 500.
Bit of altitude, Merv.
400. Flight slow. Flight slow.
All right. A couple of 100 feet below it.
400. Flight slow.
Nine knots on the nose. Speed is good.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Dreamy, sleepy, nighty, snoozy, snooze.
Chase at the timing. On the nose. Reversers. David Bay, the timing. There's T-cell, 80 knots. Manual braking. Spoilers in. Reverser stowed. Flaps coming in. Exit on Charlie. Alright.
Mesdames et messieurs, welcome to Halifax. Did you know that Halifax is home to the largest natural harbour in the world? Thank you for flying with Firefly Air. Please remain seated until we reach our final parking position.
Firefly Air 235, we vacated the runway on Charlie. Alright.
The local time is 6:22 p.m. If you have a connection, please note the following.
Firefly 235, roger. Hover taxi to Terminal Gate 12 via Charlie Bravo. Advise when parked.
See this hover taxi? I think it's to do with we're flying helicopters earlier on. So I'll probably need to clear something there. Taxi Gate 12 via Charlie Bravo, Firefly 235. I imagine it's because there was we were doing chopper stuff earlier. I could have something in me. I could have something in me settings. At least you know it works. That's absolutely brilliant.
Continue approach, Firefly 249.
Alrighty. Now, is Gate 12 vacated? That's the next thing, right? Do as he says, you have to hover taxi. Brilliant. No, I didn't leave it running naughty. I think I have an idea what it is. The call sign I had earlier on, I'll show you, look. So, the call sign I was using earlier on, right? When I put in my aircraft call sign, it has helicopter up here. And that's the problem. That's why it thinks that's what I was in. So if I go Firefly 235, it should save this and not use helicopter. You know what I mean? So I reckon that's what it was. I'm really eager to see it. It's on the 1st of August. I haven't planned to go, no. I haven't planned to go. Okay, so we're looking for parking on stand 12. We'll ramble down and see what happens. What do you think of the flight? It was nice, wasn't it? What a beautiful airplane. Like, absolutely savage. Okay, ramble on in. APU is running. Very excited about the 220 release. Yeah, man. Yes, yes, yes. 12 is around the corner, but I have a feeling we can't use that. Vulcan, thank you very much indeed, buddy. Cheers, man. Okay, 12's open. You've ordered the Moza MCDU? Nice. Yeah, 7.5 is going to be deadly naughty, isn't it? Looking forward to that as well, man. We're fairly on the ball here now. Do you know who that is? What's her name? She's in like Harry Potter. I'm telling you it is, isn't it? It is! What's her name? Emma something? My, how the mighty have fallen. Brakes. Firefly 235, we are on stand 12, shutting down. Thank you very much indeed for your ATC service. Emma Watson, that's the one. Watson. It is, isn't it?
Firefly 235, Halifax ground, copy that. Have a great day.
Alright, parking brake is on, APU is already running. Let's go ahead and get our gens on. Please come back on, that's all looking good. Left, right and centre is good. Strobes, go to position and park. And 2 and 1 dropping. Cockpit to ramp, go ahead, connect the jetway, grab the GPU and start deboarding and unloading, please. They've done a few famous faces.
Ground to flight deck, jetway is operating.
Alright. And there's all our GSX doing GSX things. Isn't it absolutely deadly, lads, isn't it? Idle cut off, it was a bit, wasn't it? It absolutely was. Okay, Elise, we have arrived at our destination.
Ground
We
to
can
flight
start
deck, jetway
deboarding.
connected.
All right.
Deboarding is already underway.
Excellent. Ground power is on. APU coming off. APU bleeds off.
Ground to flight deck, please open the aft cargo door.
And we'll get our doors open. They're opening. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. What an absolute deadly flight. Let's jump back into the lads. How do they get on with VATSIM?
Ground to flight deck, GPU connected, you have external power.
Well, how did that go for you?
Captain, deboarding is underway.
Good.
Yeah, good. Fine.
Full. Decent flight, to be fair, for a second flight.
Larry had a great time.
Larry had a great time, as did Josh and Larry had a great time.
Is Josh here? Oh no, Josh is gone. He's left.
He had the right idea. He didn't want to be ridiculed. That was a great flight, I gotta say. I was really impressed by the weather. It was absolutely stunning coming in, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, yeah.
Did your ATC say visibility 10?
The last 8 gave me visibility 10. Yeah, crazy, wasn't it?
10 what, meters?
Yeah, 10 feet, I'd say. You know. But yeah, it was it was impressive. I have to say the SayIntentions stuff, lads. This worked really well. I don't know if you're watching it, but like it just worked so well. Even kind of getting vectors for weather.
Apart from the hover taxi bit.
Apart from the what?
The hover taxi.
Yeah, oh yeah, well, of course, yes. The hover taxi didn't make any sense to anyone, but yeah, apart from that, you know, it was very good.
Considered actually using
And
more
then
than
the
one
offset from the offset when you were trying to get away from the weather, and then he got confused. He said, "No, you can't have an offset," and you said, "No, I'm doing it anyway." And then he said, "Okay," and then you got your direct, and then he gave you vectors afterwards.
Yeah. But again, all good. Like it came right in the end, but yeah, I think it's from from a settings point of view, I need to double check it, and I'll also talk to the team in it as well, because when I asked about weather vectoring before, they said kinda, but it depends on how quick the weather data that they have, what the sim is depicting versus what the weather forecast. There's always going to be a difference there. And it's the same between what I have and what you have. On my screen, I could have like a red cell at this location. You may not have that. So it's just how it's rendered, I suppose. But
I think it's so close because you were so close to the final fix as well for the ILS. It would have been a bit hairy turning off that.
Yeah. Now it turned out we actually got a decent gap in between it. Very impressed with that. And it understood. I mean, I was most impressed that it understood what I was trying to do to get around weather, to deviate 20 degrees left, and he gave me 20 degrees left. And then, right, I need to get back on course. He still started thinking, 20 degrees left. So yeah, that could have been just confusing the point. But no, I thought it handled it very, very well. And we did manage to, we dodged the weather because Clem was given out. But it's all right, Clem. Don't worry. I'll do those hard things so you don't have to,
Perfect.
How did your 7.6 go?
Perfectly fine.
Excellent. They are two excellent aircraft and X-plane, the 7.5 and the 7.6, aren't they?
Yeah, very fun to fly and very good looking.
Yeah, very good looking. Beautiful aircraft. Herman says, does GSX or SayIntentions work with the business jets? Some of them, Herman, it depends. It depends if the aircraft has a GSX profile. Some of them do, some of them don't, So next week, Naughty, there's a change of plan next week and I'm raging, but at the same time, it also means I'm not going to miss one of our flights.
Indeed. So, yeah, slight change of plan for next week. There is a Thursday night ops event coming into Dublin. So Dublin and the surrounding area will be fully staffed up in the evening. So we have got a flight from Nantes into Dublin. So from the sort of northish of France, avoiding the UK, hopefully getting a relatively smooth flight in, and then probably 10 tons of holding outside of Dublin. So take plenty of extra fuel. But yeah, that should be good. And as a result, the flight you were going to miss, which was Seattle to Bozeman, Yellowstone, has been moved back to the 1st of October, so you'll be about for that one.
The 1st of hang on now, 1st of October.
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'm looking at this wrong. So we have the 30th of the 7th, which is Nantes. Then we've the 6th of the 8th, which is going to be into Haneda. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. So
right.
Yeah, all of the tables been updated. Basically, I took out one of the. There was a flight on the 1st of the 10th that wasn't anything special. It was just a filler, really. So I took that out, moved Seattle down there, and just threw in the Dublin one on the 30th.
Awesome. Wow, man, we got some really nice flights coming up. So Nantes into Dublin next weekend or next Thursday. Tokyo Haneda, Manchester to Verona, Berlin to Tivat. Tivat is amazing. You go ahead. Provinciales or something like that into Princess Juliana. That'll be fun. Dallas over to Midway. That'll be interesting.
Oh, we got Scott for that one.
Yeah. Oh, we will have Scott for that one.
We
Yeah.
do.
Scott, have we got you for that? It's on the 9th.
I think I've got it penciled in. Let me take a gander.
The 3rd of September.
Oh, sorry, the 3rd of the 9th. Jack, thank you for the follow. Dallas up to Chicago. That's a nice flight.
Yeah, it should be good fun, that one.
We'll probably have the wind with us as well.
Just looking at Japan there for the week after Dublin, I don't think I've ever flown Japan on VATSIM before. If we get ATC for that, I'm definitely going to have to do some homework and read up on procedures and things, because it's bound to be different.
And the parking spots.
Yeah.
And oh god, it is. And don't be an outsider and get a Chinese takeaway. You may get a Japanese takeaway for that one, Adam.
Oh, I'll get a bento box in for it. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Nice. Japan will be interesting as well, because that flight between there goes through a patch of cruise winds that are absolutely nuts. They're some of the fastest in the world.
Nice.
So yeah, should be really good fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do my homework on that as well. I don't think I've never flown into Japan on VATSIM, so yeah, a bit of work required there.
I know it could be something weird, like, because I know with China they use initial climb in meters for some reason, which is always very weird. So I've no idea if Japan are anyway similar to that.
Yeah,
No, they're not. Japan is very Americanized.
Oh, that's all right then.
It's just China.
It's China and Russia that use meters.
Not anymore. They use both in Russia now.
Oh,
The LDA to
what?
runway 22 is full landing.
No.
Say that again.
The LDA to runway 22 is a good landing to do.
Okay,
Vertical
that's good to know. Excellent.
Into 23, sorry.
It'll be interesting for sure. Like the Dublin event is going to be great for anyone wanting to see, because it's proper busy. These Dublin events that they do, like, they're so busy. You will see. I mean, the last time they had 2 holes active, didn't they?
Yeah, well, if it's busy, we'll usually have 2 on the way in. Yeah, depends on the runway now, but yeah, it's very likely we'll have 2 holes.
Pray for the 1.6s.
Oh, Jesus, imagine.
Adam, single runway ups, please.
Single runway up. Yeah. I'll talk to the 15 controllers who run the whole thing and see if we want to do single runway ups. We definitely won't have capacity for that.
Yeah, that'd be absolutely brilliant. But yeah, like, that's going to be a great eye opener when you see an airport that busy. Usually on our VATSIM Thursday flights, we've got 7 to 10 aircraft flying in, which is quite great. I mean, it's brilliant. But when you see an event like this, the Dublin stuff, there could be what? How many arrivals the last time? Was it like 60 or 70? Or was there 100 or something?
Oh, it'd be more than that. It'd be up towards 100, yeah, because it'd be, 3-4 hours, and then the last hour or two, like, it'll run an hour or two late just because we're still vectoring in arrivals.
Yeah.
So the last hour or two, when you guys are flying in, if you guys start the flight at 8, you'll be hitting Dublin at about 10 p.m. It's going to be right bang smack in the middle of the busy arrival phase. So it's, bring loads of fuel.
Bearing in mind the last time TNL was on there was no other VATSIM events in Europe, so
Yeah, everyone kind of came in for the spin, didn't they?
Yeah, but anyone who's been on VATSIM for a couple of years will know, like, historically TNL used to always be insane. And if there's nothing else on, like, they'll remember the Dublin events as being absolute carnage. So, expecting it to be a busy one.
Yeah, my
I
my
might
only
miss
bit
that
of
one.
advice for that is take a plane you know very well, because you will need to hold. You may well get vectored, so know that MCP, FMS, whatever you're using, you make sure you know it well.
Yeah. It'd be grand. Don't panic. I'd be looking on from over in Spain anyway, shouting abuse. I mean, wishing you luck and, encouragement and all these things. It'll be grand. It'll be grand.
You won't be here. You won't be streaming, will you?
I won't be streaming. No.
I was just thinking I might have to dust off my own stream, but I won't have to. I didn't want to compete with you on the night.
There you go. Now, prime example, right? Do you still know how to stream? It's been a minute.
Do you know what? I got this new stream deck a couple of weeks ago, and I spent the last 2 weeks setting up, moving over all the streaming buttons and things from Touch Portal.
Right.
And it's going to take me another fortnight until I get that thing working. It's a mess. But Noam, I think you can stream the flight because you're good at that kind of thing.
Yeah, potentially might do.
Well, just let us know. Drop a ping on the server on Discord so people know where to watch, because it is going to be class. It's mad. It's so busy, it's ridiculous. But of course, anyone who doesn't want to fly that event using VATSIM, still fly along. And as I say, use something like SayIntentions, because you'll be able to fly the event procedural wise, and then keep an eye on what the rest of the lads are doing. Do you know what I mean? It'll be an interesting way to kind of draw the comparisons with it.
It depends how I feel.
Yeah, it depends how you feel. Yeah.
Okay.
But
I might just fly in from another airport. I'm seeing there's a Leipzig Thursday event on the same night as the Dublin. So Leipzig Dublin shuttle could be very fun to do.
You'd be flat out.
Full
Be a little
ATC
more than
all the
2
way.
hours block, but that'll be a good flight. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the sort's half an hour earlier, so. And like, I
perfect.
mean, it's Germany. It's always staffed, so. Can even leave a bit earlier and still have ATC on.
That could
get
be
hit by
interesting.
flow control if there's loads of Leipzig.
There might be, yeah.
Now, Larry, next week, go first handy making cups of tea now, right?
Well, anyway, I'm not around next week, so
Oh, you're not there for the event, no?
no.
There we go, copy Mrs. Doyle, huh?
Copy Mrs. Doyle, yeah, that's what it was. You'll have tea there, Larry. Sure you will. Brilliant. Right, well, sure, look, lads, the very best of luck with next Thursday. I'll be back with you the following Thursday, but I will tune in. I'll get eyes on to see how you're all working through it, and if it's being streamed, just let us know. We'll let everyone else know where they can watch the event, and the very best of luck with it for if you're controlling at it, or if you're flying it, or you're just going to watch it to see what the crack is. Is there an info pack for the airport for that event, or they're just doing it's a normal thing?
I think so.
There's usually a pilot briefing. Yeah, you'll find it somewhere.
Okay. Well, if anyone finds it, maybe just drop it into Discord or tag it, because it's great for kind of joining the pieces of the jigsaw as well. You know.
I'll put the ordinary pilot briefing into the general ATC chat, but if something else does pop up, then I'll also put that in.
Deadly. Fair play to you. Fair play. Right, lads, as always, thanks a million for flying along. Great to see the turnout tonight. And yeah, enjoy next week. Have loads of fun, and don't do anything I wouldn't.
Enjoy your holidays, man. Bring us back a sticker rock.
A sticker rock?
Holiday.
Yeah. Yep. We'll bring back a sticker rock. Brilliant. Thanks a million, lads. We'll chat to you soon.
And get burned.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Look. Great bunch of lads. Right. Lads, that's it now. We're all done and dusted. An amazing flight. The lads went on VATSIM without ATC coverage, but they stayed on advisory on 1228. We flew with SayIntentions. I think it handled it exceptionally well. One or two small little issues coming in. Again, I think that was on my settings where it was referring to what I was doing as a helicopter earlier on. So I just need to double check and reset something. And then, of course, the vectoring around weather. I remember talking to Brian on this. It's like, yeah, no, it is definitely something we want to bring in, but I think there's still one or two things they need to get, from the simulator's perspective when it comes to weather and all the jazz. But it kind of worked. That kind of worked very well. We got a left 20, and then we were able to turn back out of that weather. So that made it really interesting. And we also had traffic injection. We were listening to other real-world pilots who were flying on the networks. We had Toto, we had a handful of others, the Impossible Face as well. And it was great to hear those guys flying along with us as well. So absolutely incredible stuff. So I haven't taken off yet, Epic Fool. Yeah, we're still waiting to go. But I'm up at, what time are we now? I'm up at 5 in the morning, heading down to Shannon, and we're flying Ryanair over to Alicante. I'll keep you up to date what we're doing. I'll be checking in every day. And as I said, yeah, we'll be back next Friday is our next group flight with a new aircraft as well. Looking forward to that. So I'll update you during the week. But yeah, do be sure to catch us over on Discord. We're going to be there, ! Discord. That's where we're going to hang out. And we talk about all this stuff, amongst other stuff. Poor El Toto has to go off and do all the chores, right? Brilliant. So yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. Right, lads, your support tonight, absolutely insane. As ever, a massive rating from Grizzle as well. Really do appreciate that. To all the lads flying on VATSIM, and a shout out to the guys who just SayIntentions, lads. It's just getting better and better and better. And this new AI uplink, which connects to GSX, that's coming out very soon as well. So yeah, enjoy that when it's out. So good luck in the cup. We'll see you in a week, and you'll hear from me long before then, because I'll be chatting to you over on Discord. So until then, take fierce handy now. Take it fierce handy, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Fancy pedals.
Fancy pedals.
Uh-oh.
No. This is... Listen. It's a hurricane. It's a hurricane. Oh, power off. Bit of right rudder. Bleed that speed. Oh, look at that! I gotta brake! Brake now! Brake! Oh, wait, where's your button? Here you are.
It's a fake!
Oh! In a hurricane!
He put it onto easy mode!
Thank you very much.
Look at the state of that for a landing.
Can I just say, if you're busy any evening on Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
yeah,
I'm available.
Will you give me like tutorials or something, will you?
I'll do it
straight away. Do you like me, Podge and Raj? You ever see Podge and Raj, did you?
I've all me own teeth. Axe the back of me sack.
Jesus, I didn't think you'd say that. Right, anyway, that's enough of them. Right, we'll get into it anyway, will we? Keep an eye on the right engine. See what happened. The engine cover just got ingested into the engine, and I've just... Well, it's about 1